Welcome to Care Madam Sanya, Bottom Sweden. This is another Care Finder masterpiece. Let me take you through it. The first thing that really blew my mind about this house is the crafted seating area just around the car garage. Amazing. And the door is soundproof and transparent. Alright man, I can't wait to see the rest of it. And now we inside. Look at the living room and how spacious it is. Care Finder, y'all always outdoing yourself. And we now at the kitchen area, and you can see me doing my flexibilities and the drawers are so spacious, and then they have a gas cooker. What else to see? Let's go. Now we in the guest room. Look at how big this guest room is. Super big and nicely decorated. And they have a guest bathroom as well. Man, I can't wait to see the master bedroom. Okay, here we go. We in the master bedroom. Look at how big and spacious this is. And look at how big and spacious the master bathroom is as well. Care Finder, man, you guys are always doing it right. And now let me take you outside a little bit. Let me check my swagger up in this. You can tell I'm killing it on the runway. So now let me take you at the back. They have a swimming pool. My God, look at how spacious this swimming pool is. I can't wait to really jump inside, to be honest. And they have a Bantaba sitting area as well, so you can just chill and have a good time with family and friends. And then they have swings for children or couples. This is the right spot, trust me. And this house is just next to Care Madam Seka. Up your sleeves for our next gated community. What is this gated community gonna look like? Because Care Finder, they always coming up with this special, amazing stuff that we don't even think about. So I really cannot wait for it. So in case you're interested, you can just call 417-2215 for more information. And disclaimer, this property is not for sale, has an owner and not open for viewing. Care Finder is here for you.
Assalamu alaikum bari ngol ngali konton kale bismillah ko regi mo be Care Finder jube kanyen tembe na alla di grand bantaba programme mutanale ne min kanale arjuma ni wato sita mbafla mo be ko al bismillah nyim programme to mi alon ko mo jamal ka sika batu gambia jang anin gambia bantala ala barka bake al kanyin programme no ma nyamen anin al ka Care Finder support nyamen thank you so much mol be mi alon ko wolle ka stalsen Care Finder nyim programme to bari mil fanambe subscribe kan na YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Subscription is free. Also subscribe na YouTube channel to on Care Finder Media ibaje la fen jamal bi jemi alon ko ka ke wolto alba jela Care Finder le jim programme fasa ka sembentu yandi alta cordal sanje da mi alon ko e cordal soto Gambia dula belto allafta cordala dawda ya soto jele atelier kumandi drong aliya fo en lafta cordala janne andung iba dilal natara kene kensengole fanam be buli lafta lola etol ka loro kele wato mi alon ko laftale pour corda e ban wato la yela corda chabo dila etol da malbe o ke kan Gambia banko kan jambari corda lorim bandingol fanam be bulle mi alon ko iba lokan wala mi alon ko be lorin ne fa pareta ite bital do e corda nyin sang ye chabo dila Care Finder be nyimbe ke kan Gambia banko kan jang alila nombata janim programme be banna ila nombal be tarabori kan screeno dumale alsira nombal tanoji aliye kumandi ale cordal sang a Care Finder bulu itole nyantangol ti Gambia banko kan jang mulbe yo sede ale say mutanale ne anin arjuma kotenna anin luntan kotenna mi alon ko albajela nyaato demandin drong nabe kacala kudo le mi alon ko wolle be kering Gambia banko kan jam bari jannim ba tandila nene welcome back.
Thank you, Buba. Thank you so much. Jërëjëf suma boss di am kontaan ak mbégte rek di dalal suma waaji Namo.
Waaw Namo. Welcome back.
Mo lung fula. Meje.
Lokum fula.
Lokum fula. Lung fula meje. Lokum fula meje. Bari man ñoo jede. ñaani ñaala bari moy robe ke kan
albe ñew moy kan
mbe ñew moy kan exactly mbe ñew moy kan
NPP le maje
hankay
100%
ya nga ma lima de wari solo nekk rek dang ci sax waaw gisuloo tey MC mu nga delo naka bumba sa baram
em so mbado yam foglo ligi amad ba fa la jël li du ko la
li di popol li di kande
kande la
mama
kande wa nga dega
delu wat olof li moy wax rek xam nga ndox fim daan ta sa yo fa demé fekk fa ay tepp te xam nga MC nak ku bëggoon kande la man ndeysaan
bëggoon kande
bu ga mo metti bu ga mo metti
mo su sobote 100% dafa so 100%
MC bu la bëggee ku la laal dee barke la suru la
on su bëggee 100% amul delu gannaaw
MC is nothing wrong in you do nothing wrong
ya no say 100% no
nga wala fo wo kay muka ñinin ka fan abe minto MC bu la bëggee lo defoon baax na si moom loo def baax na si moom loo bëgg a def baax na si moom loo xalaat pour def baax na
moom garaw la
non ne bëggee moom
problème dama dee wax ne booy ut xarit utaw ko mel ni MC non MC mooy xarit
def la support full time 100% support
ay wax dëgg dama dee wax nit ñi ku jotee MC dama leen ne yaa ko tooñ dama la laaj sa loo leen jotee boo ma ne MC li dama ne yaa ko tooñ parce que wax dëgg neex yàlla tooñ moom da koy muy
non MC moom
fitna bugg ko moom daal na aalees
bugut fitna
na neex
na rafet loolu moo tax duy dem protest ngi saytam no itaje la
MC jela mene talib MC buga na la buga mene ko xoolal su la nit waxee ne nee na daf la bañ mene ko bul ko ñàkk a gom de waaye bu la ne MC daf la bañ boobu weddi ko si saasi bul ci warante mene ko weddi ko si saasi bul ci warante boobu yi man maa la ko waaye nag wala buga bi yëpp bés boo protesté di nga yul bi loolu
non yul bi loolu li de waaw ilaha illa
buga bi yëpp bés boo protesté yul bi loolu parce que MC buga bi yëpp foofu bokk
technicien la so political technicien technicien
wala gi nga wala
bara succeed in 2016 technicien la
demul ci programme waaw technicien
gi nga guddi élection yi taalibe Friday bi before Saturday ba ñu jëlee brutalize ñu tear gas
that problem
ci guddi soosu noonu early morning
gisuma fa MC de
waaw bañ escape the first person ku ma ko wol MC mu jël sa réew nee ma ne ko caam ñëwal ñu ci béra bi ñu ñoo attaque rek mu ne ma nee waaye déglu ma nee xam nga ma su ma ñëwee du ma mën a vote ëllëg dama bëgg a vote dama ne ko MC Baye rek ma teg téléphone namo nge kontong nge misle bake nga understand le nung ite fana be technicien ko le nung strategy sin ko
ay be strategy la kan no
Gambia
bari namo
protest counter protest
solo chama naka waxe legi tay sambi salo benala andung ikake nung namen
abakelo nyane
ngante ngalon ko abekela wala nyane
ay ke
kay itele mun na moti suma harati holbe nuy na la do tay mom mama kande bu ciune grand Bantaba gis dara xelam da fay delawat xelam am na fu moy laal but anyway di nuyu ñu ñuy seetaan rek di leen dalalaat ci beneen grand Bantaba grand show te am fi grand guest saa yu nekk dañ koy waxee rek mboolem luñ toog fi waxtaanee rek luy amal askan bi njëriñ la luy indil askan bi leerte luy indil askan bi yokkute la parce que yëfi Gambia la ñuy waxtaanee du ne ñoo xam du ne ñoo mun du ne ñoo ëppa doole waaye yëpp waxtaan moo dee indi juboo te waxtaan moo dee indi nangutoo looloo ñu tax a toog fii nii ci lépp loo xam ne nag wax nañ ko lu xam ne juum nañ ngeen jàpp ne rek suñ matadi la ak suñ tuuti xel waaye lu fi jub rek tamit du suñ man-man ci yàlla la rek ñuy ko gërëmee yàlla kon di dalal suñ ges bi buuba di ko wax ne dalal ak jàmm fii ci Grand Bantaba jàmm rek nga fay fekk te jàmm rek nga fay jógee di ñaanal borom kër gi Fatou Touré man di mori in my Ousmane Sonko voice bu baax bi waaw Fatou yu bari nañ waaye nag Fatou bu baax bi bu sell bi ba ko Ousmane Sonko de bu ko Fatou Touré mu ne ko Touré man di mori ma ne ko kay yow ke jamu ñaadi adi yaatale de fo Ousmane Sonko ke jamu yow egga nga moo yëngal réew mu nag ci esa tay si dee si passé nii xëy rek sampa fi fundraising boo xam ne within 24 hours raise fi phone boo xam ne macha allah dëkk bi di yëngu nit ñi ki daanu ko tampongante ni ko Bakso dee waxee they tampon each other
at that moment they tampon each other
waaye ba ma jógee ku nekk dellu nga waat sa place toog parce que hey nit ku nekk ku la saf rek loolu moo fi nekk te ku nekk rek ku la yëg nga yëg ko balaa nga xam ne baax nga balaa nga xam ne nit ñi faale nañ la fekk dafa am nga defoon ko li olof de wax ne rek suñ la fayee sa bor nga mer rek xamal ne li nga leble moo rafetutoon kon nañ leen di bàyyi xel li ñuy leble parce que buñ ñu fayee bu boobaa mu neex ñu kon Fatou yow yal na sa jaama yàgga sa fan di saawan di baawaan kër Fatou gi nag moom nay law di dem rek moom jaama gi di yokku rek saa yu ñëwee lekk naan ree kontaan dem kon toog leen xaar Grand Bantaba and the queen is on set again, the real queen.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for thank you so much to all the donors ñu xam ne donate nañ si fundraiser bi for the Republic. Thank you so much. $10,000 is a huge amount of money.
Oh, it's more than $10,000
yeah,
now.
It's more than that now. Yeah.
But you know, the target was $10,000 and they were able to raise it. You know,
close to $1 million.
Yes,
yes.
24 hours.
Yes.
Yeah? In 24 hours. In 24 hours, yeah. Talibo, welcome.
Baka boba. Jiberlal be konto. Ka fole ko bismillah ko te ma bi da juma doto wala sim ma be juma jama na bade on men fana dara e jola wala sim be nati nyola kayra ko nam banko ka be lamorlal konto na bake
ya mo sharin jele de ko domorol mam beda
yalo mo men fana dara ala nyinula bati jede
hadi ko fe domoro ke sala nyiri no ko no ka fa ko
bebe men noma e mu jihadolati domoro si kele
the next will make a politician
they twist everything
diala tolay mo manda je hotelo kono wala ko den domoro ka suru je mo kiluna fanankana bana ndimbe na investigation la tare barbar nga mol ko
des amis salome sila ka mo investigation kala
para na investigation la shimla mol ka jaga je
okay
so mbe nene kontona namo salo bakar nambila la yahudi le dal
ankay ika ke nyame ngoro
ba kala wo nyale
ankay
nderi ken ni de kay namo lo muti drong
ankay
hande dunya kay namo lo muti
ndela fe kila Sidi Ndiaye la
Sidi
Ndiaye NPP la fenkode atele al mudada afaye nalle ya
okay mbafala adu abakala kono diara Sidi
afaye
ala kono diala ya tinande hande mo ya sababu kata
ani Ibrahima Silla
kono diara
afo minister Silla fana
Ibrahima mo kende ba
wa kula nang beki afaye nalle ya
talib wala mo lete de
Ibrahima hani sibo manda Friday ngaja tele kadwani
mashallah
ay kumande aga duwa afaye am solata duwa la bari le am sulata wala science enter ba
wa mom tam ku de joy har la to baski
no man may choose ñu lay joy har ñum la nek di choose
gis na strategy bi nek la di waxal ñepp de
non ñu joy har
ya dama ko ya je falo bu ko bula kolon ko ala hajolo MC ala hajolo ba MC ala hajolo ñaabe gala jila process be kering be mo be sigala be bula la piko poko
MC no ita jala inyama eto nyaadi aso
so tale ba yola don lijante
waaw because
du mo gëre gaay yu bari la gaay MPP yu bari c'est mo monsieur private
nga mo do ko ma ngaje first max barbara ko est ce que ñi de kabri ngaje ala wota botulo bam ko non ñinte bar bri ngaje bayo nata dala o nete mum ko folo abe wurla fo ka ñorite
illa tare wo
para abra manna folo yo para gri de bula lu no manna folo ngala ko lo nga folo bo no don debula
ataba bondi yalo nibe dum kese lo kono
ay ga tega
fengol bele bondi ikan ataba bondi de
police ya ala
dali mo imam bete ya
ada sirim foko kan to mandala te ngala na talo jala fole ne do bungo baba o bayo fela ada yalla men ka kadela ada da mo ya organize na ka rasi je
bayo avoka dan
ada
ka tarakiba alo ada ka tarakiba
ada ka tarakiba so ka bol konto ka famodi bar bu dum murtanande bulu mutol keta bare ka challe fan be keren no mo bu ka sibla be to ka be ka cha man koy man ko na di waro do fan gam fardi sable du man ni mo bu ga be
abe kiti wala be keren
bu ga be ka cha bu ga
ko do bi je ni afa ka kiti o aka laban wala
dia dara ko kunya long ko le fisara ku ba ki wala on to nyaade
wala thank you
na dun tamba fana ba konto na ba ke ka tentu ka je wato men soto ko kana ala baraka
thank you so much MC
jërëjëf Bouba xam naa ne moom taalibu ak naka nee ne moom te ñoo hijack show bi te moom
dañ na mante
tey moom ngaa dem a nginte fu mu nekk
waaw
ñoom ñaari sonn ma tey waaw
sa boss ngunu ñu ok sa former boss nga ñu ngi ngunu de bari na de GDC wax bi bari na fa waaye dañ fi war a am gaay nag des ñu leeral
waaw xanaa ñoom ñoo war a ñëw
waaw ñoo war a ñëw ñu leeral
pour sonna sa bopp MC du wax sa loolu
non xam naa MC kenn du ko dugal MC
xanaa ñoom ñoo war a ñëw
war a ñëw de
waaw dañu isi gaay ñu toog fii ñu leeral leen nga xam naa ne moom soo fayee $1 million pour register sa parti nga am structures nationwide campagne pour am réew dafa métti de
dafa métti
xaalis boo dugg ci yu bëri yëpp nga war a toog ñu ne waa da nga war a cross capel wala war a endorse kande bu ma xamoon moom ama yaakaaruma ne kande na def loolu parce que gëm naa ne
com politique naa tax
ani yela marchandise so be
dinaa leen MC technicien waay yow
ama du ndok moo ko ñaawe kande bu ma xamoon
yala
wax mi dafa war a leer de
yala ta fana mijel alo ko di bala dun daje abota je la do kande fana sibo no
ali bar kande le ko do dundi de
bari yala pati be le tam
ay
bele tam de ye kilo men be ke MC kilo men ke GDC mo be ba fura MC da soro MC na diam do wotu mo he is the
it was a bad piece
did you see 2021 elections 2021 nomination MC ti ko mo to
no dafa liggéeyal GDC de MC really worked hard for I remember in being a congress in Fana Farafenela one they had issues with the journalists MC dafa ñëw talk si ñun pour neexal ñu rek let us not report anything negative you know dañ meroon time boobu noonu we weren't happy why I think it has to do with suñu néeg yi I don't know dafa ñëw toog si ñun waxtaan xam nga bokk si ñun non dafa liggéeyal GDC
waaye wax bi daal leer na ku déggoo li MC wax de kande bam amoon
waaw kande bam
gëmoon ne dina ko def
waaw kande moo xamoon
ahankay
su ko woon a def defoon na ko bu yàgg
ahankay
politique man léegi moom dara duma surprise in politics
dina ma jaaxal
bare afana mbajina kandate ni mo sabal ni jël la mo décider no daw
yes no maybe MC but when Sabali and Dr. Cisse say invented surprise now in politics I think absolutely
no kabri ko sabal data ni finka dolo ma ko ko ñu defa man lam fa ko ñu sabale ji mu do defa man lam ban na
no fente surprise
Yéen dafa deragal loo.
la deragal loo
ato ñaar ñu def mooy dina baax tam ñu oo leen ñu waxtaan because political party soo ko registré moom Gambien si am nañ seen cadre pour wax pour déglu because Gambien si tax nga fam sa parti so weda ñu xam ne nekkul si parti bi oo ñu ko si parti bi dañ am si sa parti because candidat bi so candidat bi Gambien si nga koo jaay so Gambien si ñoom ñooy fu mu jaay ñu decide yow kan lañ foog mooy que seen président ëllëg so soo bëggee élif réew tam fu mu jaay nga communiquer ak Gambien si bon dama gëm ne loolu moom fu mu jaay ñu oo la ñu toog waa ñoom ñu bu ko man génne naa fa almost like 1 year xamul lu fa nekkaat xamul dara si parti bi
yaa gën a léegi
wala comme lu ko nee mu ne tey moom kola bi laa soo wala xam nga parti bu nga xam ne xam nga soo sampee sa néeg ba mu taxaw noo fa génne doo bëgg a nit bi daanu waaw so jëri si moom bokk na ñoo xam ne ñoo ko sampa jamono bu nga xam ne registré wuñ ko sax day boole si bokka ñu registré parti bi sampa ko campagne bi structure si yëpp mu di nekk youth mobiliser youth président campagne manager jegoon candidat bu baax a baax tam so kon moo tax ma ne candidat bu ma xam peut am principe gom ne si benn per sax benn vote naa def elections donc maa ngi fàttali ko 2016 muñ gars yi mu wax ne pour ñu dem bokk si coalition bi bu mu tàngee tof négociation daa ngi am gars yi ngay ñëw bawoo ba pour négocier pour dem join coalition bi lu ñu waxoon mooy si benn vote sax dañu def elections ñëpp ñu gëm loolu ana moom daam bu Moussa Yali Bacili ñu ngi fa woon
waaw ñoom Bacili
waaw boobu mooy seen force
waaw noonu Bacili ñu ngi fa woon Bacili dama booy let's go parce que buñ compté ressources yi ba jàmme ibi gaab bi boori fooñi mu ne ma man where are you mu ne can you go to the border
Bacili amu time
dama booy nu ñaar wax lu bëri c'est-à-dire ala bi dama di gaab bi mu ne ma ibi na gaab bi fekk
caali toon naa
fekk jàmme fooñi xam nga fooñi
waaw fooñi bi moom
gaab bi bee ko woon
biñ ko
ay foog naa West Coast la affaire yi toona delluwaat normal West Coast la waaw bu si wàllu affaire yi tëjuwaat
bu ñëwee boori Kombo South
waaw fi wala affaire dëjë
non fooñi bi biñ ko kool ñu bare caali toon
waaw fooñi xam nga jàmm ibi woon na gaab so mu ne ma booy fan nga nekk mu ne ma fekk time ñu ngi toog si maanaam moo di xool di compter sol si
mu ne ngeen dem si border bi
waaw ma ne let's go to the border because waa ji gaab ibi ko mu ne ma
Mbadu get close
waaw because waxi wax ma naa yow ci aala bi mu ne ma waa ji si bi rek ñu dee so anyway maa ngeen nuyu tam neene sox naa ñu bëri ni ngee dee kontaan suñu vidéo maanaam moom am na sa demel day jaaxal suñu gisee manaa neene ni ngee vidéo di ree di kaf manaa neene lu yàgg la keroog am na benn nataal bu ma seen fan naa loolu su nataal fan naa 5 years xam nga 6 years so lu yàgg la
du tey yàgg na
waaw du tey ànd bu yàgg la rek waaw peut être nekk nit ku baax tam nit ku taxaw doomi aadama loolu dafa am solo nga def mosu moro yu sa xarit nit ku nekk nga war a am foundation gis nga góor bu nekk wala jigéen bu nekk war nga am foundation fu métti métti dafa taxaw
waaw nga ne good foundation
waaw góor fi mu am góor da nga war a am ay jigéen
c'est good foundation
parce que soo bëggee dem si àdduna góor da nga war a ay jigéen xam ne ñu ngi sa gannaaw gis nga bu nee ne ko Fatou Touré na ma saaga
you have a very good point foundation is good
Fatou Touré lu ma xuloo Fatou Touré moo ëppa sax lu ma xas moo ëppa sax lu ngay di gis nii waaw soo góor bu nekk da nga war a am foundation ko xam ne ay jigéen nga xam ne ñoo nekk sa gannaaw di la jàppale di la help
and MC laa bëgg
waaw
thank you MC thank you so much I like MC
maa ngi nuyu itam suma borom taalibu xanaa moom mu ngi doon piitu di xool la maa ngi si
protest waaw non MC doo fa nekk
wala xam nga man technicien la wax naa ko
technicien waaw yow
man politique technicien la
political technicien
waaw soo fu mu jaar ñëpp mu dem dafa am nga nekk si biti ñu communiquer askan bi wax askan bi loolu dafa important si politique bi waaw so loolu lañ gëm comme wax na ko fi mu ne borom ngay dem borom ngi si gannaaw te ñun ñoo coordonné affaire yi ba génn fi jàmme so ñëpp suñu demee ñu téye ñëpp kon du am
ok dafa déstabiliser
waaw so fu jàmm am ñu des si gannaaw
because si protest buñ téye ñale kii moo génn mu protest waat
gis nga moom
so because moom mu ngi si gannaaw
waaw so da nga am bu ñu génna so la mu génnee force bi gën naa ñëwaat
after first batch bi in second batch in third batch bi in he was still out. You know, to mobilize.
So technicians ñoom ñooy nekk di communiquer. waaw so da nga war a am loolu. so ni suñu machine technicien la.
right. thank you so
much. taali bu baax wala fari moom gis naa ne moom mu ngi am beneen counter movement bu mu isi.
waaw
bu nga xam ne boobu moom
foofu bul dugg si débat yooyu.
counter movement.
I don't think it's a counter movement.
Oh, it's not a counter movement. So it's what?
It's a movement like normal.
You were protecting the law.
Yes.
But which law are you protecting?
Uganda.
Which specifically
But
which law?
Buba.
The entire laws of the country. Okay.
But Buba, I think we should recuse Talibo on discussing those things because you remember Talibo did not want to discuss Gala and all that thing because so buge in the bobu no it will get into the other one.
Talibo is a member of this one.
Why?
No, Talibo we have to write to them.
Right
Officially.
Pour la.
C'est un mouvement pour ñu wara ñëw waxtaan ñom seen loolu la benn ci pays.
It's a serious movement.
Loolu la ci groupe chat maa ngi ci groupe chat.
Talibo kala bina loolu ci man gisuma loolu.
Groupe chat Grand Bantaba la ko bina. Mo ne su mu gaay.
MC
They wara write to them.
MC nañ leen bàyyi waaw nañ leen bàyyi foofu noonu rek ah
comme Gala nekkul ne bëgguma wax affaire Gala de waaye ku ñëwoon fii.
déedéet waaye biñ ko wax xam nga nekkuloo fi woon.
Okay, you don't want to debate about the PR.
kon nekkuloo fi woon te wax nañ ko fi.
Boobu jeex na ay tulu jeex na jeexal tu boobu.
Ma fama tendem. So notina la sila at the platform pe ñoo sabana.
Ani ñoo sabante yake la idea le fa fara da.
Bala futala la do.
Mana fa mi ngi yorom tok na mo.
Waaye it's okay.
Amal la ban kude. Thank you so much. Me na bayo kara. Mariama Babe Holande. Milbe Gambia jang o milbe Europe aka karalo kele aka samba in Europe aka wafi ay karalo no bakele ala ay Gambia no mbasorele ay Holland no mbasorele alsa call no nyi number on WhatsApp well di nyi mala Gambia number 360 6042 360 6042 360 6042 so wala mala Gambia number di nyin salo al si karalo kale al sambale fo Holland wala be Europe banko dawda ilafta min nan wrong so ala Holland number is +3 16 13 95 4043 I repeat +3 16 13 95 4043 wala Mariama la number ti nali akumandi drong alba sotlale abe karalo kelale karalo mialon ko anaista bakele atele na nyim bayo kara andong asik aka karalol bekele musu karalol anin ke karalol aka wol bekele so meduna programme to wole fe bi nga min soto na lunta mo multimialon ko atoma mabo Kemo Fati Kemo multimialon ko atemu multimialon ko environmentalist solem mole mialon ko na dandangol la kolu mukuliti mi alon ko aya so la bakele wala tinna aka diamo ko to bakele recently tol mo molleti mi alon ko e press conference commandile non pour ka diamo Mustafa la republic ko take story dole bondi about sand mining mi alon ko lebe ke kan combo south ma fa ngoda ngaro mo jemale story nyingele itol fana e press conference commandile mi alon ko itol be dandangol le kanta kan pour ka je ko drong itol financier la demand sol e lafta min pour man sakunda minke yo natije bara manke o dammati itol mo molleti fana mi alon ko di minister of environment inin woye ño saba sotole kabring ay appointment o ke sojaro dollanu mi alon ko e tol man kontan o appointment la mi alon ko le kitanu ñimbe be tabe kala kol konati mi alon ko mba kacala kemo well alba sutela la because mole mi alon ko abenun temale ñim protest la bongol mi alon ko wolle kitanu before the boys are released la kemo welcome to the Grand Bantaba.
Thank you Barakabake. I think it's very nice to see different parties here and they're joking and finally I can breathe, you know, because nimba laring, you know, sometimes ninga radio lamoy or scroll to social media. Nkijo kam faral for the kind of people that we have here. You know, sometimes we can be smiling, but you know, man political as something very serious.
They are not serious. The new political start like a cola dole
soro. They prefer to die. Fante kijo kam faral kam mira muna yindi foila balu wala ba balabang o foya ke balu blalte bang.
Definitely.
So yala u keta kuti me ango bin nata jangaje different parties so even MC fon sita jang among alla previous party castigate. Okay, to something me along much
very important.
Very well, So ñun mu cool let me along control phone we have to look at it because Gambia is one person's compound. Ya jam buka do political ni fenko I assume here is all the same people, we all know each other, so this division nga menke is just our poso because then Gambia la interest and we don't need the parties anymore. We only need ourselves. That's the reality. So in political duntaje we should now accept that nying na baluoni na danyo no beje sa mole ta doku do nyini na lango political to kelela baluoni la danyo ni blood. It's not designed for that.
All right.
So this is
Yeah, so in 5 minutes left nga start down before mbina ite follow quarter. Nga jele problem we be carrying at the market right now in KMC nyung wantero milka wantero ki anin subtiol tema. In 5 minutes mune mila reaction oti water natare ba follow kan.
Yeah, bring dal, you know, I saw that there was a protest. Nakilo man tenku no because I'm trying to understand do beje yalo ning more nyanta fentela. It's a lot of responsibility because everybody lost this country. Malafi situation on me alonko aba banko malala. So usually nibe protest from kekan. Ite kataning hakilo menna. It doesn't mean that everybody else you the same mindset le soto. So sometimes hanibe protest dula. Let's give an example. No protest women lead tank. It take a lot of energy. Pruka mole calm down because emotions get really high. And even myself, I started from there. I was very angry. But afterwards, you know, why am I angry? Let's address that and be sensibly. So this becomes an issue which you have to manage. Dobeje for Nkotoke Dole, he was so angry than that I wait. Why are you like this? Is it that they sent you from up there to come here and do this so that you can give them, you know, some things for them to come and arrest us?
Yeah.
Because this is
I
what
saw you
I feel
addressing
like.
some
Yes,
of them, yeah.
this is what I. So ninga fo ekaje mo fo ka suma have a diamond because you now understand that okay, we're doing this, but it's not a war, it's not a fight. You understand? And this maturity should be both ways. So me, I saw that at that moment, even at that protest, I was more Gambian than even the authorities. I'm not speaking to the police, but how comes, who gave the police the order to come and stand in front of the protest and stop them? That's my only question. This is why I even kept quiet, because for me, I thought that the state or whoever is in charge is tempting us to burn down the Gambia. You cannot have hundreds of people and you send 5 of my brothers to come and stand there with 2 of their block to stop that crowd to move.
That crowd. It
I
was a
told
huge
the
crowd.
police, hey, move, because this is coming from above. The person who sent you here, he doesn't like Gambia. They want me to crack down upon you so that they can come here and arrest us, put us in jail, and show that this is why we don't want protests. They assume that ko Gambian olmu bang on let. Ebuka gada no peacefully, ebuka fenke no nina te diamu te ye fenko samane ila lua liya da mala wala nan ko ninta be diamu lale mala fika lua moy ndeka diamu ila hadama di yale ani sondomo ida wala be balan bari sondomo wote balan.
Okay.
Muna sabu ko nin qur'ano nin hadiso jahasita ika muneta qur'anolta when there is a whatever this thing between the constitution and whatever other act, we take the supreme laws of the land. And Gambian ol ni pareta mol buka police. When you want to make a hunting, you go out with your bongo, you go around, there is no permit needed. So when people want to gather assembly, they should just notify the police and they help them to assemble. It's not about even corruption is true. We don't want it. If somebody throw 1 punch against corruption, we will voluntarily throw 2 for you. But the reality of the matter is that these people, besides their corruption, the first man, the bravest man in this country was murdered here for peaceful assembly within his constitutional right. In this new Gambia, peaceful assembly is not supposed to be a problem. And that should go to both citizens and the government.
Okay.
This is, you know...
So do you think you wantero minka kes in salo?
Yes.
Mol nyanta ni wantero kelale or the shopkeepers are right that wanterla al milbe silo ga nyanta bola jele mol be du Marcel kono.
I think that, you know, Wantero and the shopkeepers is because we are looking at it from a very small perspective. Because trade fair ka sota jan.
Yes.
Now let's change the Wantero to the trade fair, move to a bigger space. You know, men from support je. Munga mol jale kata wandi bitiko to ka good soul tai ka dun sata ko kata wafi. Create an open space nin salo sita. Mol ka saji wafi across different places. These are things that can be discussed internally. Amanyana futala into this. Because this is the first time where citizens by themselves. These are the kind of situations that bring in civil wars or conflict erupt, And before we realize, we see people that the damage has already been done. So this can be addressed. It's not about the people and their protests. It's about space. There is no space. Everybody want to sell. People want to make money. So let's not fight against that. Honey, clear the road when it came. We also saw there was a resistance. So this thing can be solved without having to deal into the nitty-gritties of why they do this. People want a space where they can sell and to be able to make money for the Tobaski. Create that ground is everywhere. When all those people, when beje wantero, ni be move taje, for Gambia be alonko, okay, jannen blati me alonko, molkata salun sa fengol sanjan. Everybody will go there. You will see the shopkeepers also take their things and put some kind of, so this is something that can be done before the salo comes.
Okay.
We have every festive, this is going to happen. Christmas binale, Sunkar Salo Fanambina, Banna Salo Bina, all those things are coming. So we should create that kind of atmosphere or a time of environment. Me alonko molbitaje, they do this and we will avoid this. Okay. Because the mola baluo stopped, they will retaliate. It doesn't matter who it is. So shopkeeper need a baluo stopped, la firo stopped, they will retaliate. Okay. So when fananta je, fanana firo ebe wala, and maybe fananka na mojo mansahal. So there will also be another issue. So it's all citizens, all the they should sit together with the local councils, how this problem can be solved. It shouldn't reach.
So the other thing is, Janim bina, if I'm all fengoro, cement shortage, cemento fanambanketale, the Cement Importers Association, it will find a press conference kele, kaf be mansakunda blame kan because signing ngajele iko tax min la kanga siata bakale buka cemento natino ka bondi nan Senegal ja owel ning slam wolle ka cemento natina but ngajele cemento manketa mi atani even cemento min sorota dalla fata bakale so munemi la reaction oti woto in 2 minutes.
Before I talk about cemento is for rich people who build houses. I've been trying to build my father's house for the past 10 years. So let's go down to the basic things, That's how more fun. The cost of living is rising, So me, I have less to talk about cement. That's for the people who have money and they are building there. Yeah, go down to Senegambia. Why would you have to complain for the rich people who are buying cement? We the poor people, we don't have cement. We're thinking of food to eat. So why are you bringing cement to me? But the reality is that, Tonya, cost of living will rise. And, the forces of demand and supply will determine the market prices of things. Sometimes the government can put in price ceiling or price floor, but we have to allow, the forces of demand and supply to dictate how the market runs. And this encourages, more businesses to thrive in a fair environment. But what we are not doing is we are not protecting also our consumers. And I think that is also lacking. We have to look into how men ka sandiro can be protect la nyola nyale. Sometimes you can do more for more katala sandiro ka bitiko am formal at sandirla ala nyanto munente ya sefeje no goods once bought cannot be sold. Who told you that? It cannot be returned. Goods once, who told you that as a business? If your goods don't meet my specification as a buyer, I have the right to take it back. Because it works for their business. So ninkombo kala metala nyu nakarola because at the end of the day, nga mol jale phone sometimes they be petrol wa for like a moja petrol on geo jahaza because ibe silol kan. Destroying your engine and doing that. So those kinds of things, we cannot just see it because you create and there is no authority at that point. Consumer can.
Okay, I'll get back to you shortly, Kemo. Nene, KMC at this cement shortage. Lan mo isa reaction se?
Okay, cement issue. Thank you, Buba. I'm gonna kono lo hamne watane wonen ko
Yeah.
am nyinga hamne nyodon protests against it in the press release. They've been engaging with the authorities in regards to that. So at the end of the day, I guess I will say ne. Ñom liñ doon wax ñu bari ñu ngi leen doon ŋaaña at this point in time fi nekk I want to believe that they've been vindicated because if not why are we where we are right now because within a space of 1 week or even 4 days the shift of cement from fi mu nekkoon ak léegi nii you know what I mean and ñu ngi predict ne if this situation is not remedied if there is no intervention dafa gën a bon we'll be talking about 700 per bag of cement like you say at the end of the day I mean, me and you are not complaining. Actually, I'll complain because I'm under construction. I'm doing construction right now. But I have to, So I have to hold on because there is no way I'm going to buy cement
Yes, yeah.
at $6 something or $700. So that means I'm to stop all work. So sa plan, sa timeline, yep, will be destroyed, right? Why? At the end of the day, sunjele market be, and in here, consumers are not protected. But then, in the reverse is the business people are the ones being protected here. And if you want to monopolize such businesses, such commodities, it's just a problem for the end users, that's the buyers. Because in terms of luñ mënoon a am si benn $1 million, you know, duñ ko mën a am. It's going to serve us $500, 500,000 worth or 400,000 worth. So basically we are being shortchanged. So definitely there should be honest conversations, right? Ñoo wara am pour ñu gis ne ubbi na because li dee xew mooy gis nga su nekkee naka lañ ko waxatee the supply is high. Right? The supply is high. The buyers, the consumers, they will be spoiled for choices. Then prices are going to go down and then people will be able to do more with the money that they have. Why? If it's controlled and it's monopolized, you have people being protected and everything. It's uncalled for. And I feel ñaka jubo egos, and they don't want to hurt certain people because possibly they have interest in those areas and they're trying to protect the money in this video. They let them go back to the table and have a conversation. And from Nekon, for the longest time, we did not have shortage of cement. Yeah. For the longest time, we did not have shortage of cement until recently we start to have it because of the control mechanisms, the protection.
So they're trying to protect the local factories.
Exactly. And the bottom line is, better time you want to support your own. If your own cannot deliver what the demand of the people are, why do you want to say support your own? You understand? You can invite other people who can. The bottom line is service needs to be delivered. So if our locals cannot meet the demands of the people, why do you have to hold on to support your own? We want to make our local. Until we get that, let the government also capacitize the locals for meet the demands. Possibly, fulfilling what intervene, but then not to close up, and protect them and not allow others to come. It doesn't make sense. And then again, cement is not coming from Senegal, but it's coming from Turkey and whatever. Egypt is coming.
Yeah, so, because ñoom backing bi lañ dee def fii. So lifin bi lañ dee order powder bi dañu def backing bi fii.
So the bottom line is it's not made here from the raw materials or whatever the factory. The package nañ ko package ko yëpp order la moo ñëw. Ci biti laa jóge. So lu tax nga choose ne mun naa jógee dëkk bi waaye du mun a jógee dëkk bale kii moo mun a indi kii munta indi mboolem ko am doole sarta yiñ taaj nga mun koo mit. I think ne war nañ laa mun a bàyyi nga indi ko for the sake of us. We are suffering. It's not really serving us at all.
So KMC?
Now, the KMC misunderstanding and whatever, again, suma xarit xol moom dem na fa. Man si...
Okay, moom mu ngi fa woon MC.
Waaw, moom dem na fa because dafa bokk si market committee bi and all that. Exactly. No, ak mu am njëriñ.
No, MC.
Mashallah.
We'll have a clear information con. That's
But of course, with meetings, and communication that has happened, from Barkidimba, Dimba, and Teyu, at least I'm privy to the information that is happening. But again, man, limadi always wax mooy ne the sad thing is ne, gis nga jëkkër jabar léegi buñ jotee si biir kër bi sax, once mu génn a third party mu yëg ko rek, dañ dee indi politics in between. Dañ ko dee politicize, and then everybody start in the other perspectives and influence ak gis affaire dynamics mu toon. Lulu moo dee xew, and we really need to be careful of that. At the end of the day, man jigéen ñi laa dee gën a yërëm because ñoom ñoo dee gën a get affected in this, right? Dëgg la time julli la boo xam ne the needs of the people in terms of buying that they increase. So ñëpp foofu lañ dee capitaliser pour ñëw mun a am na ñoo xam ne amuñ bitik amuñ dara. Tobaski korite lañ dee xaar ñu dem jëndi bagage ñëw jaay ñoom loolu mooy seen season. That is the kind of business they do. So ñooñu noonu su ñëwee ba tey xëy na mënuñ koo def they'll be affected, they'll be disgruntled, they'll be frustrated. And again tamit, so I sympathize with them. I feel it for them. At this point in time, they're not able to do it because luñ prepare la yuñ yaakaar la. But then again, in the other hand, ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi am structured shops foofu noonu, right? Now, at this period, ñoom tamit ñu ngi expect sales. But niñ ko waxee, if you have the blockage, the people that are supposed to give them the sales are blocked and they cannot even get in there to access them. Ñoom tamit, what's the point? Te ñoom seen bitiki is struck naka permanent structures,
Structure.
they pay more in terms of the rents, the license or whatever, as opposed to they are just temporarily. It's just a time period for now 10 days, 1 year later. So this is the miscommunication here. Bo hamne, luñ mëna tok waxtaan la, ñu mëna dégo ñu xol naka lañ ko défé, maybe am ways yo xamné pathways yo xamné duñ allow ken ku fa block, then people can freely move. If they want to go inside, they go inside. If they want to stop outside, they stop outside. It's a norm. KMC they apply for permit, approval, because they can block the road, which they used to do and they have done this time again, just to answer to the call of the people. The approval was given, and of course they wanted to support, do the demarcation so that people can take it. But then again, you see the people outside are saying, no, that's not going to happen. So you could say it's okay. But again, it's not a matter of ni bugan and ni bugun. Again, there is a lot of dirty game, influencing for such to happen. Because nyom nyep ay civilized people in go jigen. You know, why did it have to resort to ñun ñëpp liñ gis sani wante xeer doyante ay et di yaxa bagage jambur you know be police am pour intervene because suñ joxe permit bi dañ dé copy the regional police commissioner ko xamne daf dé copy the operations commander pour police dañ dé am pour ñu also pour dimbalé pour law and order municipal police bi rek duñ ko dé mëna def so ñom by virtue they are there because of the approval was given and all that so da nga gis ne li bim démé out of order they have to intervene because KNC police they're not armed they're not mandated to go beyond a certain point. So the official police will come, you know, and all that thing. So manama feel na misunderstanding that the outside influence because market B is structured, is controlled. I'm not market local vendors committee and they have the executive and everything else. That is different from the market manager run by KMC and all that. So ñi ñep dañ am pour collaborate, even the central government as well. But I want also people, it will be fair for people to understand because maa ngi gis affaire bi yep people are writing and pointing fingers totally. You know, I think it's very, very dishonorable and dishonest of those people that are doing that. Let them understand ne talibum yoy depuis 2018 xam nga man togon na fi mel gis nga leadership it has to be visionary and problem yi 5 years ago tay nga ko wara xalat do xaar be ega fofu nonu nga start the strategy pour defar ko you understand te dama de wone ñun suñ issue ci ñoo face ni our elders ñoo ñu fail parce que ñun li ñoo janku wante luñ warona defar la xalat ko understand nga put it in the plan nga xamne ñun suñ ñëwé the foundation has been built ñu dem in 2020 this was premeditated predicted there will be increase in terms of the need market sellers vendors ak you know so market bi dafa gëna congested and what Talib did was applied for land plot of lands right already those applications have still not been reacted to since 2020 you understand by the ministry and this was to build about markets 7 markets yo xamne dañ ko don wara build across the municipalities pour mëna like decentralize the congestion in these lucrative areas like Serekunda market and Latrikunda because ñoy the busiest market fo xamne ñepp fofu lañ bëgga dem you know te marché ñepp dañ dé bëgga nek ci kanam mu nek point of contact marché bi suma la waxé li dégga space mu ngi fofu nonu space mu ngi ci marché it's not like marché bi dafa full to capacity but it's people choice man bëgguma nek ci biir because dama feel ne suma fa nekké people dañ dé tayal pour ñëw dugga ci ba paré ñun as a people we have a culture of wanting the market to come to us instead of us going to the market. That is also a problem. Mota nga gis ni every kër legi ñepp nga ton sen kër yi to shops and boutique ak yoy nonu. So that also has to be controlled. Ku nekk nga bëgg nekk ci kanam. But the council has initiated those efforts to make sure ne this problem bi ni boom am. Bentay reacting to lolu nonu. The land has not been given to build those markets and all that. But currently there is already a project bo xamne this mbari party dembo or whatever mbari dembo. Wow. For build this women's shed, about 90 women's shed. Those lands, the plan was to have 900 shops. You understand? 900. Lolo, dina wanyi lu bari si market sini, understand? And all that.
But I'm going to live in land for that.
No la lawani, but hanga municipality balañ ko muna mom for council naka ministry bi ñu approve ko assign len ko and do the lease pour council bi mun ko own and manage or whatever but that has not been done so lolu yep tamit dañu wara xalaat ni bokk na ci problème bo xamne in the absence of that ñepp ci li la ñew so dama bëgg ni ñu understand lolu ne we don't just behave because degala Talib mo neka mayor bi so if anything happen it's easy for you to sit there and say Talib But then don't only say Talib, find out also why, what needs to happen, or what you want to see happen, or what you think that should happen is not happening. Why li mun na ñaka man dama fi ne waxtaan mo wara am te ñu bañ things to be politicized. Gis naa ab video benn old pa mu ngi def a video dajale jigéen yi ñu ngi yuuxu understand nga waaw Talib ñoo ko fi taaj understand nga you know kooku góor bi moo nekk di leen junjure moo tax wax naa leen understand nga wax la nga Adama Barrow su leen déggee rek dina leen ñëw dimbale Adama Barrow moo fi nekkal jigéen yi xam nga kooku nekku di defar so jigéen ñi tam ñu ngi nekk waaw Barrow président Barrow dimbale ñu mayo bi defaru ñu dara mayo bi mu ngi ñu bàyyi ñu ngi soona mayo bi te ñun jigéen yi ñoo ko fi taaj xam nga keneen ku innocent ko toog su déggee loolu ne kon jigéen ñi ñu ngi jooy Talib daf leen disappoint Talib daf leen lii so this has nothing to do with politics this has a lot to do with jigéen ñu bugg a jaay am luñ jël dem seen kër toppatoo seen boppa so waxtaan moo fa war a nekka yéen a sax waxtaan moo fa war a nekka mooy naka market community bi ak this group of people ñoo xam ne they are temporary people ñuy ñëw ñu dem parce que market people tam ñoom dañ structure ñoo fa nekka day in day out ñii dañoo ñëw benn 10 days ñu tasaaru ñu dem you understand so dañ war a waxtaan and then you also déglu council's advice and also the central government because they have a role in it
they approve the lands
waaw ñoo approve the permit to close the road understand because of ñëpp Brikama ñu ngi wanteer Banjul ñu ngi wanteer you know what I mean but I don't understand why when it comes to KMC foog rek mu am li ñuul si sow bi at the end of the day liñ dee wax rek when two elephants fight the grass suffers so fu mu nekk nii because of the chaos stop nañ naka wanteer bi kan mooy sofa you understand is ñun ñi nga xam ne ñoo bëggoon a dem lal jaay ñun ñoo bëgg a ñu ko def liñ expectoon pour am léegi fu mu nekk nii nekkuñ di ko am moo tax léegi it's not doole it's smartness da ngaa use sa xel naxante ba am li nga bëgga for naa moo gën pour use doole ak you know mer ak tasaare ak yuuxu ak yooyu right now police yi ñu ngi fa taxaw noo yuuxu police yi peace moo leen gënal defante boobu noonu duñ alaaw kenn mu ñëw parce que ñële tam ñu ngi taxaw jëm ne kenn du fi lal suñ lalee ñun ñëpp gis nañ li génn ba gaay lalee ñële dañ génn ñëw saani wante xeer duulante banta so les nañ waxtaan ñoo xam ne lii yëpp you know njëriñi askan bi yëpp la suñ waxtaanee ñu d'accord waaye suñ bëggut a waxtaan tamit ñun ñëpp la moo soonaan waaye tamit nañ bàyyi suñ xel buñ ko politicize because suñ ko politicize rek you know affaire bi dafay yaaxu
Talib mu ne la réaction o dite
yaɗo mba frola simendol la daji ka fale mo be kala Gambia
ko Talibu ni daji ka fale no
business la daji ka fale mo be ni itam Gambian ko itam business manoti itam lafta simento lo wafila itam nyanta make so la le ko simento te manke la jam to ni man sakunda dabla ji ka flo ko man sakunda fami wafiro say mo lafta business manol fon lafta pour man sakunda e ko ditel fon say ni man sakunda fona matra kam pour kawo sembo di o global le nyanta lo la ka je ko simento kana man because nana sida janna ngani ko kacha jan dol ko Senegal bu ko sonna simento itaje kadun Senegal ndol fana nga fero ke kaje ko na simento men yalon ko na mole ka nata ka fil jam Gambia diulo ay danja yawna sa ni ngiri ngara sorotal ni bar dila so dol fana bije wole interest ka bondi ni Senegal ka nata Gambia ko jam wo chocho na raje sa ni nata di molla men yalon ko Gambia ko la wala nyanta make so la business o nyin kono dilayance kanari ning atar ko kuluna ka tardi ka bonan banko to kanaja wala be simento manke la jam to nyanta sunu sumo ke natar poro to dilayance ka kijede ito nyanta complain la ka fo ko na kulun kanale bar poro to ka dilayance ro do sa priority dila ka
no poro do delete je they give them priority
so say ning atar ko priority be woto itolu men lafta supply o kala na woto tolle man se mbosoto ka enough supply nan ka di banko wala tinande hani sila da dal bladol bije ika complain ne ka ko ka di bank wandi banko di man sa kunda ka start ka je ko kam contract ko di gambe di ton la fone contractor bare muna kana kije clearance kana kije ika blad misilo no ma fo kenya boy kono tan Ibrahima kata tola wato dol bija ka fo ko na gambe di no malti yaje be nyimbe ke ka wuram nyindi ko do me yalo ba akar dépense nyin goto a dollar ba a euro ba pano ba na ta kana di wandi banko di na ta wona fi a nyanda tula janni atalla banko diwdi ale banko diwdi employé o do ko ñina ka bari sambano yo bar ni inaldo kumbo kan ko man sakunda ko kanyin dinay kadi lundan ni adi banko din tiyo fon la ite fana pudo kije ni abu sila ila te ite fana namole pundi wol fana ne wuro do kuma ni ben ko ti nyim banko kan me alon ka fo ama darta ka nyama so nyanda ben kala wala min digo na ownership ta nyim banko e momondi be ko kundin to ite ko e mu man so plandi man sakunda e adila pour que so playo inanta make solale ino ye na mole me alon ko ate mankela ni alon ko itano la woto kana o mano ma ni alon simento ma no simento na ino hani na tulun tan bula kana manke wala fisa dina ngadi te banko dina te man sonna ku keno la je to be do disappoint kan rek ndaji ko moti wala nan ko daji ka falam nam okay ni o pota je KMC la nyimpu anata ke bala fala ki baki bari gambe ko nyanta attention o tala baki sai be tembo mendo momo di be blawo dula to nganyo organize ni man nyo organize be tula nyo jaw yala ni nga nyo jaw ya atentel dodo na fala ino tan na petto kam no na petto kay tati tala ni na mu koti mi yalon ko be gambe jam mo kundi ni tialo da sai mo si politiko blakon fo man sa kundala ko opposition lo ika political dundi ko kono too much not on marché ni ya fa jam KMC la management bi jël local committee bi jël ok si lo ka men ka CJ comme une fonko la to dum wantero a ka brinta waral time ka ki jël yo model tamit na ni ba bondi la I want more notice le si ka announce publicly because do be fatot o mal la meeting lo marché kono jam barakanale adaltanala do be Senegal wo fanan kana jan amalla o kollo so na bakela albe meeting kala le juna kaje ko sainde marché ton kol men kana mo jola kantingul to men ka sila inyato iki block le sainde fanan na dalen sita ni sita le ko ni fanan na nyanto dila ni la nyanto dila idel fanan silo soto mor si dula blan bari blado fanam bijade dame alon ko marché nyin kono jeni fanoren al nanan ya apply mbeddi make suno kala nyi lukare ane GRTS fon sambate ay banko be wala TV ni other things ka entande ko nyinande na planted bo buva zone ni funding kewol kacatale football o bula nyi wo wato lafta men be bula birkama isidam latri kunda wala men be baka won sina sere kunda wala men be suku danol ma won sina sere kunda saje to jote siala ji bake man kan fanata siala ji bayla momondi ni data dawo dande nyim banko ka ibe wantero talla dawo dande sa dar ko moto batala because si bayla ko dindiun billa wala ni saro bina sila ada sara tili nan tili lulo modol ke ya dimba bele ka fu nyoma don la moto parking ka ke problème ole dol bi je ka brin somanda surtout musolo ikata ni sungarole fam dol bi je bu ka su wolo because ikata sopel ike di be ka fu nyoma ay nat lante mbam fon say bu ka sonni na ka fu ko saliwato ngan na dépense di dindulo na musola pour être na dindulo de ka kele one month before the salon abi pew ni mesa na ngasa ni wato sida ndum sida membe terla je malo gero si keno la dindulo fa kunu ko men keda ji nindin be ta bulu dindin dal lu wor ke karon be ñol li pala do ko ite bota yela di nul tuje bu kala jam ya ga so ñur na bla di dimu jam ñim banko ñanta si la nga ñoo organize nga political bonding tema ko min ne ya fa ñame aka kala han central government la nin kuna in state nga kaja ika mu do jotro al nga politika so nin do bota a central government wo ke fa ite be local government ite fananta to yol sympathize ibade ko ni te fananta sita do man sala modo fana be wurna o fana ba fala ko president ona ta tar ko ni president ta sita no ite fana be mu mewto wala chairman de tele folo ka punti kaloje mol keje as a public figure e kalo ka fo natale pour ka support no sifal kera dron e ka dole karat ni ya fananta sita dron afana be do pour les
no lo dara nyilla protest be wala
very good
no but out of
no yaram be ko ñantanale be ko mo forba ñantanale wala tinali
Mana nyinko be Banjul le fo be ke.
Ante ba generalize kan de sai kan nyim ko stano de dawo.
Yeah, but
De ba Gambia ta fo kan de sai. Abi comme normally nyim protest non. Hani nyim fonde ko le protest non kete. Ibele nyam to le kan kodi. Par modol bi je wol ka kudo bula je. Yaw sa. Wala na din ko ni be ko de organize la. More sensitize akon. Hani protest jam aman jawya peaceful protest o man jawya bari be talale ye funti ya fo bitala be nyinku ci
Peaceful protest aman jawya parce que albella fe lara nu.
Nyama
Peaceful protest aman jawya sign.
Ah.
Itele ba fon kan sign parce que albella fe lara nu. Bari parce que before then ika foko mo man nyanna protest la moma nyanna wokela wobe luwale naka luwa man tay so so bi dafa dem imagine so so bi dafa dem
bladoto iko ibe ye president blame bladoto bar talibé malla fo blame la
ndega president no blame ja
ko
ngami dafa
ko central government
bon ngami foko central government fara itabi je inyanta kachala parce que ni kacha tan ngami fo kacha maket vendo KMC management ni central government bele nyanta kachala parce que imanya ita kachano la ni ministry datije no wala fode
yalo namo
was I speaking English or Wolof
namo
Cham lan la don laka English da Wolof
Wolof
la don laka
la findo ko la bakadal
okay
mbele be nyum buso ko nte bo buso ko na
bare talibo te mam nem fo ita ta fo ko ntenga wole fo
ibel la mo la folo yalla kundu
bari ñu lafta tala ñu ika fonte be baro blame la tema baro ben kete ka foy ko KMC ni market management.
Central government is not President Barrow, it's the central government. I'm sure there is a system somewhere which is responsible for that. That doesn't reach the office of the president.
So when he said the ministry,
that's what I'm saying. So he is saying that
the minister is president.
Yeah, but he said the central government and not the
central
president.
government yo ma dawd andi ka bero fay president on kam
But
Yes,
the bottom
but
line is
council fana ni hanne market master bundang bero nyimbe futala talibelema ito bondi no la je
but talibo ntenga min foko
So nyina bije.
ñinul te kashano la ni ma ministry
I think that before near central government ma Ikayaya Jamejele, he will come back and take action on the cabinet. So central government is not the president. So if they say something is wrong, you as the president, you have various ministers that are responsible
It's
for
talking
this.
about the Ministry
if
of
you
Local
are the
Government.
minister
No.
of whatever, you should be able to report. So now
Kemo.
central
Kemo.
government, that doesn't mean that
Kemo.
it is
Kemo.
the head of state.
kemo ngani kumo moy bakale nyimbe mem foka ngak mo moy bakale temu politician do
wallahi imam moy
abeda I ben
ita la political tulo ye wala natija ila political tulo ye wala natija
hani ifana political dala
Talibo.
ala talbe bund la nyim ko na dum
I don't think it's a blame game.
Exactly.
That's not, no, it's not.
No,
it's
no,
not.
no.
Because
Kemo.
listen, there is a serious men fanan keta tenga yalon fitino na findita nte buka understand abuka men kijo fara wala malon the first story nte men moy man ni ka kan la ko ka fo le basakulataro la kelo was the first moral story of conflict. What is this story? Iko basakulataro be kelo la ya musuke ba rengo inform ko basakulataro be kelo ako la kelo atela mu hajele bawoto. He didn't want to take any responsibility. He shifted it. Itata ya fo sise duntonga. Sise duntonga fananko yono atela business tawoto. Why? Anyanta diam lot. Ya fo ba kotonga same thing akala business tawoto. Ya fo nisi tura ya fanankala business tawoto. All the surrounding animals and the humans refused to take action on the fight of the two small lizards that we call the basakulataro. Biri fengeta bulata dimba kono itata boy musuke barengo la sankeo kang. Sankeo malata musuke barengo fata. Sa ye badingol kankula ko musuke barengo fata andata kate date basakulataro la kelot. Bara dimba nata sela la sankeo kang. So sai mol nata fa sango keta musuke ba banta sai fente fa basakulataro la kelo luntangol sita fe man soto ko anga duntango mutana ay duntango fana mutana yate fa la wara wulo sita mol gana siata ko ma lebe menkala nata ye koton samana sa until tan nato sita tura ta fana da men be ko date basakulataro la kelo e be nata fa dak basakulataro la kela fulo ni atara musuke bare wa action tano wala si se duntango fonse basakulataro bonne nyola nol sako cotton sako kata for tura.
So
this is why yes the blame this is why is very
I will get back to you.
Sai ndebe damen no ma wala nyindi ko.
Yeah.
Molle nyabenna be la moy kam molto. General public. Nin kusita alin karakten kun kilo wote solution oti. Nyoli po wote solution oti. Même solution oti wala mo kachati. Market vendor sol men bidjente si même fono wala nyindi ko ye bawon tol be muslimo lati. Muslimi feto le ba kanna. Laftam be fen sur. Ñi men yalon koy natay bi na wantero la ni tel fana ñi press release mo nu juna ngam na jiko fe ite futala nan sire tunda yaw na san dole bota nan Senegal al mandin gol ko e kanyin story men fu mandin gol ko i koy sikino do moy kono e fa bari bu ko kumo foy kono e fa andu nakuma dol moy ñim ko kono ay ndiki do fara baake hanim banko fulo tema dol be social media kono Senegal el tinala jang yen tel blog jang adu ni Senegal ba di yale ben tema kana sandiro la je kana sandiro la kumol manya na futala woto men nyanda kala do wala ñinti na si nga kacha nim police le si nga kacha nin council le si nga kacha kaje ko bawo ñin do wo ketal already ye bula ye la wafiro kije next year ye new page yele kaje ko apart from this ude keno la je
Okay.
because modol bi je ye baga sol natli la baga sol filta je dol bi je yali pa koto wo bu ka tamano fam am saying oy problem mo soto je so society bi ta kan damen be tembo men do na last word wala ñindi ko nin gerew be kering nin ko kundi be kera al na ñu sensitize ñi mu ñelati ali ngo advocate bari kana ñoo pousi politicien no lena ye dabula je wala ku ko don nin men fo ba organize la ni politicien no je ya fay jenke je la mba folo wato me itije ntelle bi jang al tal la ko
Okay, MC.
I want to clarify
Yeah.
one thing in politician obeje because nte Kemo fati yin sango men tambita nu nkom fay natar nu mbello la mansaya la ning ma youth candidate sota fente fo Gambia jang youth soul lebe jang jambe mu youth soul let nte nyinata nu konte ngaw declaration of fon kel bilimbello re wodland no force fenko nyi menga fenten o kola lente nata lonko okay nte fon I am politically exposed but ya nte la mind form antaraje at that particular point in time so nim politician on nata dlata manke ko nata political laje we should be able to see the truth and recognize it and stand with it politician on men be nata lota je biri parete manta even when they are ready. President Barrow is a politician. Fafana man na lota. He stood with the protest. Farmer speech that's standing with the protest. National Assembly Bay, they called for an extraordinary session. Well, being politician, they stood with the protest. So you saw that. It's not like they came there to do their politics or something. When there is injustice, we need to stand up. It doesn't matter what it is, whether you are a politician or you're not a politician. But when you come there, you should not take that injustice and make it an issue that should escalate or should take. No, let the person who know that he's wrong, know that I am wrong and accept the wrong. If he can do yala, can do mamba. Everybody does wrong. Yes.
Politicians are human beings
Yes.
before they even have political affiliations.
Imagine, atel la protest la politician o inaje wo bedata. Bar ne be complain qualité la lato kabro fo da be complain kam politician la ko la. Adu politicien
Look at what ñun du la mento.
iko mol ka politicien le ni ñing ku si fal be kere mo politique def de duga fofu non ita fa yo fo janne
Because I saw the statements that they were making.
very good
The statements they were making. That's what I'm saying.
So
Because those people you're talking about, when they came to the protest, nobody stood there and say, I am Nene Free Government, I am from this party, please support me, I'm the here. You understand? That did not happen. But these people are outrightly talking about it, and that's why I say, let them not politicize it.
this is it imagine atel taite ko iba politicien kan bari ni la protest ma fo iba
Parce que ye wole ke.
say ni defa
Ye wole ke.
okay iti aje wonyal bari ni defa na ñilta
Amake ko ngaje wole keta itelle ya video beje.
Okay, Sai Mbargana.
Talibo.
Now the difference is Talibo. Ñil dol tara jele man politique ko foje. Ñim ba fokan ne be statement ol nene ba fokan ne ko. Ñil be political statement.
ya mole statement ol fo jele même political fo ngoti
Roy Malilo ni Esa Jumal. Okay, tell me ye mune for me political.
mumbe
Roy
Ye
Malilo ni
political
Esa.
statement
kala
le
man ke roy malik lo da matin bolo fo kay ngoy mol la comment je
Juma, like
But
Juma.
example D, political comment D, example D.
Ah, example yeah.
ko nen ñaabu ka duno ke bar dinu kulima e wolon yenna ko mom hani la body language can testify.
So you're an expert to read body language?
Yes, Rohi Malik no. I political kije. Politician no. Isa Fala I political kije. Fatih Fang I political kije.
How do you know that? What is the politics that I played?
You political make kije. Bri ko you left a president on the
Yes.
Huh? Niyo balance fal kije moment they see support no kan.
Yeah, but this is my point. When these young people, no. Let me help you.
Confused.
Let me help you.
But I am political. Exactly.
Political is somebody like President Barrow Pondukola, Kasabotage,
How many times? I want to ask you a question. Memen.
Okay, Zala we have done.
When you say people are doing politics, you have to understand what is the politics that they are doing. Me, my politics is not coming to you like yours, where I come to you and tell you to vote for me. You're not supposed to vote for me. You're supposed to buy the ideas that people are talking. You understand? When I put my declaration there, ndama fon ndama nsula kake mansat. Memmenna walem na tol membe mol nyato. Mol men yalon ko almeta la patrioto metal no man tol yur sol al mol tale mol tambini sign ngabule noma. Bari manta talla jang kotenge mo kilengo kata si Gambia la mansa place auto fo signa saba ndol man la fi wala anu foka pare la moy mam pare même fana yalon ko ibela pati yo nyato fo sanyi mo wonni feng ite fana mam mo jene be men tommon nte man la fi wala ndeke mo fati la lo alo ta sarto le ka men yalon ko fon ma fon dala fon de anu man la fi ka mo le totinya bari lafta ka message sena mari ma pura yalon konte ni man na yiri fioni na do ko ke minale kaje ko etela doko kata dame don be wole kala na attention odi and you don't want that sanyi tang be nyim banko kanja man dadum political muna nal manyinen ka why nata political
Fongelo no mo.
ntanga letter mentara for letter wora wula ngamen safe pour kata man saya memen ita man telonde bari me alon man sabe beje akanna letter aka respond le safero kana yal ya londe janinta be lola tele to ka motofo atara nga safirol ke nga sanila tabulo ka
ate yelonne
so ite la mantel londe bari ndani melka dia mo ya lon anu kumo memen no but ni konte political ke no ni konte political ke at the protest you are wrong because ninte political ke at the protest monta dan na odland be uprising ol sambala kata state house
I'm not wrong.
Why is it that very more parade and ko hey when the demand is met more be say la so you think we could not take an uprising there so that is not a political move, and I don't want it to be called that.
I will call you. You are a
Why?
politician.
Okay.
And you're a political kid.
Okay, Sai Talibo.
What is your proof?
Kemo.
What is my proof?
The normal Kemo, Allah mo do sabala si that tell ta ko. You told many along ko si that ye respect on decorum and samana. Ye decorum and samana. It all found they don't expect that. Momo be siri Wadlanta, Momo e Kemo along that day. They also a different Kemo because ninganna Kemo samananje, then it will be the real politics. Then you will understand that this guy is a politician. You understand? But why did I keep my cool? Why did listen, it's not bro,
you just showed leadership.
The reason listen.
But Talibo, are
you afraid of the politics I did there that you feel that is politics? Because you are not seeing the justice, you are talking about the politics. This is very sad for me to hear. You as an experienced politician, you saw a just cause. Solo Sunday, wale fata, purato la mansa kunda esi.
Because nga experience men sort of political kono. Nye suite la body language, ani la matimato wala na nunko you are a politician there.
So imagine that's very thankful because
so
me myself, I'm hoping. Listen, this is very funny. They read my body language. You understand?
Don't say
it's because he read my body language. Yes, he read my body language. So me,
the technician is here and
MC.
did not see what you saw. MC is here. MC did not see what you saw.
Technician of political.
Political wako.
You know. If you offend the mama to Gambia jang, if you offend the mama to Tebalo nale, you are abeminto.
Okay, Bismillah.
Kemo.
I'll get back to let me MC.
He doesn't know you.
Yes.
Tell him the mom. The servant doesn't know you, but the principal knows you. And
no, the principal are not I don't care. And they call until a political experience. Nambenji, ala behavior. And I have found the political colonial. Ndeko, ila protest la abe political la.
Okay, bismillah.
How many times did he see Kemo at the camera? That's one of the things. No, my friend. No, you have to be objective. You don't have to speculate. Is it that it pain you that we brought justice to light, and you feel like you find the need to make it very political so that it can be political? If it was politics, all those people that come there, Kemo is not smarter than them. Kemo cannot fool those people into coming to join Kemo's politics there. They stood there for justice. So they come for him political. Ite o mol bele neng, o mol men babe nata je, ite o mol bele fool. Puri anantala political join. Is what you are telling the Gambian people? That is absurd.
Okay.
Kemo, is it the first time you meet in Talibo?
I don't know Talibo.
You just met him before, right?
I don't even know what he's So that's the whole thing. So me, I don't know who this guy is.
Okay,
so I'm just trying to explain to him that this politics he's shouting, it's not a paycheck or a payroll. You're not supposed to be paid to come and tell me this. Because are you paid to do this? Is it that you are doing this because it's your money, your life is on it? Or you are doing this for the interest of the people? What is your politics?
For the interest of my people.
So why are you shouting? Your people came and show you what they are, and you want to shout that it's politics. No.
Okay, so
Kemo, let me help you 1 second. Okay. 1 year into sitting here, he used to drive a motorbike. 1 year sitting here, he got a car.
And he's promising you to give you a ship.
Okay, sign.
Are you paid?
Me, I think that I'm more of a supporter of all people here than you. I'm not just supporting one person. Everywhere you go. In fact, as a matter of fact, I wrote, we drafted a 200-page document on the name of his president. I've been an outstanding citizen here before police officer. Meta jite jatala janne nila former minister be mom politico dunje so bi ni nata etonya ja lota tonya la lafta na tonya kala politico what do you mean you think that buba do you think if it was politics I came of party ninte ya reba man comme candidate esa fale men let me tell you something no we're not deceiving something you're not going to fight with me say no but kaja mol mantra nyo sabo ani mol you said I was doing politics.
Yes.
So I'm coming for me, if I'm to do politics, because I understand. After my reaction is when I realized that this is long time ago, I'm doing my politics. I shouldn't even be involved here. As a fale menkanyanta walkel, call a press conference, make it a politics, and talk this talk. I will not go there and try to stand on the street. So that fight for justice is not politics. Politics would be me calling for a press conference, coming there, acting like a politician. Who tell you I don't like wearing suit? I like wearing suit. So this guy is just a politician who is probably being paid. And this is a Gambia that we have to speak. Because this kind of voices may not descend down to our people. It takes away the consciousness of our people. We always make sure that the politician speak a language that the people can pick up. But these kinds of discussion should not be our discussion. Kemo, how were you able to operationalize the Public Order Act?
Okay, Kemo, I'll get back to you
discipline
now.
I'll get back to you. How did you do that?
Okay, Kemo.
What was the trick in there? Because media to organize the people and let them know what they are doing.
Okay, tell me what say.
It looks like he's offered a lot of money at NTP. Just come to up. I'll give you more bigger brown envelope. Just come and join us. We will give him bigger money. If his money is your motivation.
Okay, tell me what. Let's give MC time.
Well, let me tell you that.
Kemo, please, I'll get back to you, please. Tell me. Okay.
Nobody gave me a dime.
Go ahead, please.
Nobody give me money.
MC, go ahead. Like say, go. MC la mo say. MC. Okay, MC.
Not a brown envelope, you speak like the brown envelope guy.
Okay, MC, go ahead. Mu ne la reaction.
Jërëjëf Bouba. Foog naa ne ñaari question nga laajte.
Dama foog ne nekkul office.
MC waaw.
Non man moom suñu yëngatu maa bàyyi gars yi.
Yes, go ahead.
Foog naa ne wax nga si mbiri semaine bi ak mbiri marché KMC. Dinaa njëkkee door si semaine bi. Foog naa léegi am na almost 4 weeks mu nga xam ne ni yaa ngi struggle pour am semaine. am na ndaw yu toogoon fii ñi complain loolu foog naa depuis last year la woon.
Yeah, the Cement Importers Association.
xam nga liggéey bu nekk dafa like competition. suñ bàyyi xel amoon na jamono SIM card pour nga am ko dafa yomb dafa jafe. mooy jamono xam ne Gamcee dañoo doon joxe SIM card. mun ngaa toog 1 week 2 weeks pour nga am SIM card da ngaa line.
te da nga ko daan jënd.
da nga ko doon jënd. wala ñu fa nekk sax nga dem si ñoom ñu.
dafa jafe woon yaa.
backdoor.
so bu ñu demee ba léegi ñu gis ne léegi officiel ñëw commune ñëw mu yomba. bon soo jëlee lu mel ni semaine tey 4 weeks semaine amul si réew mi économie sax doxu dafa taxaw. because soo xoolee 30% suñ économie bi semaine daf si bokk. because tey ñuy sampa si dëkk bi fa bari. Gambie yaa ngi sampa every day plomba yi sax dañ soxla semaine pour ñu mën a raax soo demee Jimtex ñu faa jaay bi li matériel yi fa nekk yëpp li si ëppa lu ñu jaay si dee bi mooy semaine te su nekkee amul si réew mi te léegi lu nga xam ne mu ngi dem mu nekkoon agreement bi ak Gambie si moo nekkoon du romb du egg $400 léegi dem na $475
$480 yeah.
so yow su nekkee yaa ngi am a salary of $5,000 kañ ngay sampa so government moo tax daayoo dafa baax ministre of trade waroon naa xool lu yëpp dañ war di xool seen policies yu nga xam ne ñu ngi ko war a implement despite da nga bëgg a protect industry bi whatever loolu is important but still holders da nga war a waxtaan ak ñoom kenn ku nekk ñu waxtaan seen ne waa lii suñ ko defee lan mooy nekk impact bi suñ ko defee lan lii du sonal Gambien si because Gambie musul am problème musuñ toog ñu ne waa semaine doon manqué time yi jàmmee wala ay 2 days 1 day du yàgga ñu ne semaine bi ñëwaat na bon lu nga xam ne amul compétition ñaar o ñetti nit ñoo ko isi si réew mi askan bi ñooy buddi loru an tey ñu bëri tey seen salary lu mel ni julli mi ngay ñëw tey ñu bëri tey ñi ngay business mbiri semaine tey si lii la war a mën a amee jën a xar wala dépend wala seen njaboot yi yëpp si lii lañ ko war a amee yëpp mu ngi taxaw kon réew maa ngi taxaw fu mu nekk nii an foog naa ne government dañ war a déglu képp ko xam ne stakeholder nga si mbiri semaine bi ñu waxtaan ak yow fii la gaa yi toog fii ñu ne ñoom bi ne ba sonal pour gis président mënuñu koo gis maa ngi ko fàttaliku. ñu ne def nañ training bii bu nekk bu toog ak président bi parce que ay ndaw lañ ay Gambien si leen waa ji foog naa Europe la jógee ñëw sax pour investir dëkk bi fii.
yes a lot of them nekkul moom kii na sax.
xool waaye Europe ñëw pour investir dëkk bi si mbir si
ñeneen ñi dañ jël loon.
am na ko xam ne dafa jëlal loon trop fii la toogoon.
gaa yi dugal affaire si mënut a fay loon.
mënut a fay loon bi. so loolu yëpp tey gis nañ léegi lu gaa doon jooy léegi ñu ngi ko face fu mu nekk nii. because tey tabax si amul samp si amul ret dëkk bi du dox. so foog naa ne nguur war nañ mën a xoolaat area boobu ñu delluwaat xoolaat seen policy su nga xam ne ñu ngi ko implement ñu réviser ko baak lu am solo la su ñëwee si marché KMC wanteer daf fi yàgga lu nga xam ne loolu ñun bu nekkee xale sax wanteer Serekunda marché dafa amoon lu nga xam ne just for 10 days la or 5 days la ku nekk am si sa wërsëg dem sa njaboot sa famille taalibe wax na mu ne dañ ko war a discourse du yàgga discourse bi dafa yàgga voilà am na almost 2 to 3 mois di ngay waxtaan because KMC da nga am di market committee si market committee bi seen president of the market committee dafa bokk si seen council market committee bu waree am ñaari market committee lay am local committee bi bu nekk si marché bi ñoom ñoo dee taana seen executive committee seen président bi automatique dafa bokk si market committee bu KMC kooku dafa ñu discours dafa am allowance si biir allowance daf koo am lu ñu discours moom dafa war a jël loolu ñu war si ñoom wala li leen d'accord last year ñu den KMC bokkoon si wanteer bi waaye dañ gisoon police yi nga central police ñoo doon ñëw di receive jël xaalis si vendation bi ñu doon def wanteer so after wanteer bu mu jeexee da ngaa gis ne léegi KMC ñooy ñëw ak seen tracteurs yi seen trog yi jël mbalit yooyu te daf dee tilim dafa arrivé KMC amu si dara su passé $10 suñu si
ñan ñoo doon jël xaalis
central police ñoo doon jël xaalis si tali bi because ñoom moom highway bi
ok
mais wax na ko even coffee time sax bu ko Peter sa boobu moo ko laaj question boobu mu ne loolu dëgg la waaye léegi ñu ne ñu market committee ñu ne waa last year ñun amuñ dara si lii police ko am loolu tisa kon léegi waaye no council ñu organise wanteer bu nga xam ne KMC dañ ko organise ñu def dama question gis ne yoon bi dafa am yoon mu tee dañu am yoon pour dem borom place yi seen bunte dafa am kuy dugga yëpp ñu def yoon ñu gën ko organise so buñ d'accord loolu wax loolu so ñoom ñu ne waa léegi ñu d'accord loolu ñu bind ñu apply to the permit to the police when apply to police yi approve permit bi wala the president of the market committee moom filter out information bi ci committee am bi because secretary bi de moom pandering ko interview mu ngi wax ne ñoom yëgul loolu wala buñ toogee di meeting ñu génne resolution ci yun pass at the council ak meeting ñu am ci market committee bi ñu ko wax gaay meeting moom sa contribution am mu surprise the entire committee seen market committee bi ne ñoom xamul kon président bi nekkul doon wax gaay lu xew ci meeting si so loolu mooy problème bi wala si biir marché bi sax am na place parce que KMC am nañ 18 marché mu ngi am na space soo demee Abuko am na marché soo demee Ibotal am na marché Old Joson am na marché Bakaw fu nekk am na marché Latrikunda boo dafa am am na ñu jógee ba biir Kaama di ñëw marché Serekunda te soo yëgoon ñu ne waa par exemple ni koy bu zone la gars yi di bàyyi di ñëw Serekunda gis nga right now kenn démb d'accord ne wante du am bon maa la may fii ba 5 bi di nga gis gars yi ñëw te am na ñoo xam ne ñu ngi am place si biir marché bi ñoom ñooy bàyyi seen place si biir marché bi seen sobi foofu génn si biir lal si biti bàyyi seen njaboot toog si biir si seen sobi génn si biti di jaay nee na wax na ko fi ñoom ñu wane wante du am ñoom ñu si ëppa ñoo dee bàyyi seen bagage ñooy génne seen bagage si biti ñoo lal ko si biti loolu mu ngi am so kan su waxul ne ñu leen wax ne du wante du am wala ñoom ñoo isi ay dem bu gaa yi ñëwee sax da nga ko wax gaa ñu ne wante du am de waaye su nekkee ne mu ngeen a mën a seen gaa yi gis ne gaa yi duñ génn wala ñoom ñu dee génn.
And their president agreed
at the meeting. man maa si meeting maa si committee bi. so buñ d'accord loolu yëpp moom moo na filter information bi ne lii ak lii d'accord nañ ko wala suma gaa yi de dëgg-dëgg lii mënut a possible gaa yi nanguwoon pour wante du am because laa si amutoon laa si kii si organisé ko wala taxuta wante am na so dis tam su nekkee ne tey dafa am ñu xam ne liggéey compris wante man laa gaa yi de man la kii jaru coow jaru problème affaire ñi ne mu ko da am pay ñun tam council ñen la war a gën a protect mooy ñu xam ne borom sob si bëgg ñu gaa yi ne ko moom permanent la ñii dañoo ñëw dem suñ jaayee 10 days from 10 days ñibbi neen am na la sax suma amee amul place am na la dem jëndi bagage Sénégal wala fa ñëw lal ko fa jaay dem neen waaye lu nee ne wata am na la ñuy jëna ñu si ëppatam du dee bëgg a dugg si biir marché bi bu ko benn marché dafa xat so ñu bëgg a taxaw si biir dañ lu jënd dem wala wanteer dafa yaaga soo demee Banjul soo demee West foo dem si Gambie ifi juwaara yëpp nga am wanteer
so léegi resolve ngeen ko
resolve nañ ko right now fu mu nekk mooy ñun at the council side ñun decide nañ ne wanteer suñu side ñun organise wanteer
ok léegi wanteer du amaat
wanteer du am so léegi fu mu nekk nii du am xam nga wax nañ ko annonce nañ ko waaye nga gis ñoom ñu xam ne ñooy génn di wanteer si biti
borom sobi seen bopp
ñuy def ñu koy def si ëppa dañuy seen njaboot bàyyi ko si seen biir ñu teellu fii ñu génn si mbedda bi loolu mu ngi am.
And I think that loolu moo nekk di cause the chaos today because depuis démb KMC have agreed ne ok ñun luñ waroon a organise loo xam ne ñun ñoo seek for the permit pour tëj yoon bi organise ñu demarcate and we will also come and collect those fees from ñooñu di lal we're saying that we've called it off. Why still now people were forcing to still come out. Exactly. And ñeneen ñi tam ñu ngi wax ne déedéet doo leen fi de the police yi xam nañ ne ok permit bu ñu joxoon KMC approval bi KMC say we're not going back with it so police yi ñoom tam ñu ngi leen di stop ne ok wanteer du am so loolu mu ngi indi
lu xew tey nekku diggante KMC ak vendor si de te diggante central police la ak ñoom wala léegi permit bu ñu joxoon KMC du boobu nañ ko so léegi amu kenn ko war a ñëwaat
amu leen permit pour bloc yoon bi ak yooyu noonu
so mën a police ñëw di wax gaa yi nañ dellu foofu la police bi di am waaw foofu moo fa nekk
all right I understand
it's important also to make it clear gis nga the local market committee bu nekk foofu noonu tamit ñoom tamit dañ am pour definitely bàyyi seen differences yi ñu nekk one voice right ñu mun a def li nga xam ne mboolem lu ñoo def dafa nekk in unison.
Yeah, because the local market committees and president bi dafa waroon a filter that information. That was very important.
There is some kind of disagreement amongst them. You understand? Fractions mu fa boo xam ne nekkul di leen dimbale.
Fractions mu fa right now mu dafa dem congress for almost 3 years. mu dafa bëgg a change constitution bi.
dam ñano ngim place
fu gaay bëgg ko ñu léegi.
So ñu police be men fuga. Ani ni be telephone interview kay camion fo abaka keke.
Bankile. ay dol fala me story dole faka
waaw loolu xam nga loolu xam nga loolu loolu da ko mën a ay da ko mën a stop communication ku nekk mën naa lay wax wala reality bi nga xam ne mu ngi documents autorisé yaa wax mais lu ma wax mooy
ñanta publication no kala radio to ali ku ko ya même be birkama mala même be sere ko ndam marché ko
talibo ikamin fo wo among Sénéa KMC ye permit sotale fa pareta pour naka lañ ko xatee pour naka wanteer yeke bari anata foje problème o sotota you understand mol be yalon ko wanter be sotora bring problem o sotota e mang song pour ko ñoo moy KMC ko ahankay sainte ntol ba bulala so ite ba fo kan KMC nyanta announce la mumbe beje ama moy or whatever
ye pamito dia la ban ya revoke by ma revoke ban ko ni al ko naatre ko albe wantero kala yala announce mo de ka ko wantero be kala je men be marché ko no yalo
but what kitale
That's what I say.
Okitale.
Ko ma moy.
Ite ma moy bor mol kita mol ya fa. Munati na mol ma moy ko wante be kala. Talibo mol ma moy ko.
Ko mo ba fo kay ko president man fem fo moy.
Talibo.
Hey.
Na ya tra ko
Talibo
oversee. Non fana ya ke publication of the radio to and other places. Mol ba non.
Talibo mol ma moy ko wante be kala munati na.
Let's move to another topic.
Inata inila wa ko. Munati na inata.
Okay, let's move to Kemo. Mida first topic odo. Mi alon ko me wole discuss la wole alla first problem mi alon ko alning minister ya soro. Mimu Rohi John Manjanti, that is the Minister of Environment. I understand ko ay Colonel Salif Koro I wale appoint nung as Director of Forestry and nung almantra contanding wala. Mune nyim problem mo fa wanati. Muna na atulmantra contanding prior ke Director of Forestry.
Bu bang ko be jabi la bari mang hani ko tenge ke jabi because yalong gambe jang ku jama leka ke jang yes ninga moja me along ka banyin na makamo ta futata la makamo ta nala hakil ma ya be nata no ay political yen blanda ya mi ra jamu dlati me along ko mol si tarano si keno cliente jang si tarno jang nganna bes leke pour ka diamo hadama dingol sonde moy par nyimbe janga en jibe anda fon sonde mo ko na lonko ntebe damento nata men na je silolem but still now at I am mutako political. So it's scary to be on this platform itself as a Gambian.
Okay. Just. Okay, no, it's Talibo is okay.
But university from 1 degree from.
Just go ahead, Kemo. Now you talk to me directly. Go ahead, yeah.
Kemo, just talk to directly.
Yeah. Just talk to me directly. Yeah. What was the problem about? Yeah.
So essentially, the Department of Forestry is an important department under the ministry. And the Ministry of Environment, normally a Department of Forestry sort of like Parks and Wildlife sort of. But you know, where does the wildlife live? Is in the forest. So they were talking long since about how to make those structural adjustments. So when it comes to the issue of forest, it's an important part of the ecosystem. Mula baluo bedending forest ol bala, hani seno form bedending forest ol bala, samala na bedending forest ol bala. So forest is something very, very important. Whether I colonial dislekeje or something, until a problem teje, until a main question walem, nibe momo kela dlato, anyanta kela moleti me alunko, I faham ruka kuala.
Minister Walefo Ako is based on merits.
Minister from Jato member Sirinje. I'm sorry to say, but the Minister from Jato mem faham ruke environment la kula. Sakoka ke minister ti Odlanto kanaka bakenke. Abe men na je scientist ol men ba koto je wala ka fay. Bir minister nata. Scientist ol la kumo ay wala bonna nota ya fon la kumo taman. Wala nante na botadula ntela na ko yata wala
kuma jumalo de
wala nyani bere forest park jannate ka naje scientist ol membe je safiro ke pour mol membe o forest o kono ye boje within 6 months because forest o nya tale ya be ke kembu jani dulate more than 1,000 hectares of forest but because amantana mol nya ko to jang nobody wants to talk about it and hani one man protest kamansa dan inkile ndana protest man that be nde kilin katala ngam fenko safe ngane tal nga send labe to pour man sanya saje isaja faransi ke ku kenoje minister Roy John Tata Janai cabinet be convince mo be men be ibe la moy ka mo la me an ka manke scientist o te Atlanta ay mo be convince pour nyanta forest o nyin degazet la mo fo man nyinen kar keje 82.5 hectares nyanta mentalaje so akamunde te fon ibe men na malong in the first place so why te nyanta tarla dulato me alon ko wole bunda kumata hadama dingol la balu wole balore woto mo la scientist ke bal beje man imol ke no Atlanta why minister nyanta kala political appointee so ite be men fo ite fo malong in the first place so ningo mari beje obviously obina la kumo for citizen so le by virtue of his position and I have mo le mo beta wala na tata cabinet be convince I cabinet convinced Diamond wolungo ning scientist solve the Ministry of Environment ni afoy wotoy balon na la ito so na di gazette. So ning moment at right position, it does the wrong thing. So janimbe futalate director founder, let's go to at a founder. You understand? An important position like the Ministry of Environment. Mo lad balul bebe holding walto. Ngara mo landije me alonko, you know, alhaji teje nanko droya jole or something. Or I na ni MM5 hani ini mol men fon be kota ini ka problem o soto. Bira tata je mol men ba koto scientist men ba koto ay dol bondi je la ay dol ketanga aman la fe men na momo da man so lafta men na rek ay bondi je
so ay dol bay je
ay dol bondi je malo foye bayle foye ke redeploy le bam malo Ministry of Environment more than 7 permanent secretary nim men ka be dun ñoko na nin nata bi nin do ya fenke so mo eta do na ni waya start fresh ko tanke do fada na ni waya start fresh nin nata nga ñin do ñin ka ko ñin timba ko wal ka mu nekk je ni wadanta damen ni way tonya fanya jandim balo na way boje fo sa im fon si dan ko fa you want from benin koma because it looks like anyum falim menke is why mol buke hold no to account nenyen do na tania fire start from scratch and you know for so you book alon for be jumal blame in the end so itol nyaayo jele mo be min be nyaayo jele but still now mo to sur le memba diamala because ni mo ya for rek ibitale ye soro ye rafengo tinya ye fay jana so mo don ding ibela baluwole no so nobody will speak that nko ita for him man long so ita nyin samma no more technician men beje wala nyanta kala minister because this is an important area.
Are you saying Rohi John Manjang is not competent to be minister? I'm
saying that Rohi John Manjang is not competent to run the Ministry of Environment. Maybe she can run other ministries. But at a time when the world is actually talking about environment, Gambia le hailed Nunjam. Biril Honorable Lamin Deba Bejang. Gambia was hailed as the top environmental country with Morocco. But say you know why? Because our forests have turned from being a carbon sink to a source of emitting carbon. That's one. Fokapre Gambia also wants to pull oil from the sea as well. So we are saying that we can find ways to maybe go in for solar and avoid spoiling. Because imagine a refinery we have 1 million liters and at the River Gambia. The River Gambia is part of the 200 most important inland aquatic biomes. So Nyabe will bail a janne, and at the end of the day, who do you bring? Somebody who will go and then they tell her what to do, whether this is politically favorable or not, what decision will make. All decisions are not based on scientific. You know, they wake up and then they told him, go and protect this side, go on. How can you protect one side and unprotect a side that have been protected for, unprotected, that have been, yemen tankan libirisa for Jawara Jamano. So these are the realities there. Even if the colonel is competent, that's okay. I don't have any problem with the Gambia military themselves taking over the entire reforestation. The Great Green Wall in Senegal is held by Colonel Papassar. That doesn't mean that he is just a military guy. The militaries are smart, intelligent people. But it's not about those kinds of appointments, depending on the National Forest Fund. We have a National Forest Fund.
If they are then why do you have problem with this one?
Well, one, there are technicians and people who understand forest growth. This particular person is new in this domain. So despite the fact that you can run, that is why are we leaving all the competent people that we have within those forestries. After a bankola kodota, puruka wal samba puriyata karaola in other places. Nintata National Forest Fund, nko e kododi na purungata yiri fiola, buka so. Sometimes in Mukalam phone, Jelle phone beje. But a forest fund can use the Puruka Forestry Department soul fund, Kata Bantala Bankul, do Kanyum Forest School Karan. So why is it that Mole Bay Fund, Kai be Sirin Jane, Lord Felko Bay, may Marco no may empower no Fungada Mosamana from the military, and our forestry department. Aleo Bonimindole. Fatola department, Molman Baby will be among competent. Molman Beba, the previous director, will be among competent. Molman Yalanko system all. So this new director will start again from square one. That is seeing how this is going. Community forest, participatory forest, all that is time when there is somebody already who is well equipped to run that place. That gives us speed. That gives us efficiency. Look at the ports here. Example is that kind of thing. Ships have been here, but when somebody else come there who is competent, you see that it's all effective and efficient.
Yeah, very clear.
So at the end of the day, this is what we are asking for in public service, is efficiency and effectiveness. At a minister member for Niaje for Mbafla man competent. Minister lende dundi problem all bacon. The minister is the reason why I am here. This is why I even withdraw But my whole work, if explain them way, but I understand they don't want to hear it. You know,
No,
but Talibo say bulare fa pareta. Na
It gets them angry because he feels like they are part of the government.
We are debating here.
No.
We are not debating. I'm saying that.
No, Talibo.
I'm just telling you that.
John Manja, you know, wala kumo fo dan tem panin solti jang.
Talibo say la moy drong ela moy pare. Ani nyimbe diam kan dele abla jedro. Okay, say abla do na pareta you'll come. Yes.
Well, Ale Gambia political.
Just go ahead. Yeah. Yes. You said ko. Okay, ila moy Talibo please ila moy. You said ko minister le bula nyim problem juma.
So the minister is in fact one of the motivations that why I feel that there should be system change. You understand? There is a Pan-African initiative that we have been working on for far too long. It was to help the government so that the fuel to go in. How many years Hani Gambia nyanta registration o menkela na Africa dlaba to purunga taraje. Bo ko sanji jama nyin kaytol bebe larin jena mo ma ko tal. Nka bori ministry pour kata pour ila on do ko nyanta kela nyanta menkela. Nkata je pour ke remind. For permanent secretary dole nata na yo ayo bondi jata minister ni o forman dia. Wol nata jiti jata ka kaytol be bondi records kata ka jibe bidi safo ya jamela wato. Ya jame fon safero kala already pour Gambia dase tarawoto. O kayto nyi mandu nata murnan kotenke ko muru beke pour president Barrow sa safe isaje Gambia dase keje nko ni minister ka meeting o kala ya fo ibuka nka do bulala no male fente fo nyi grade nka ha but president o nyanta na la nyin tolde because this is an African thing nko sanji fula minister be nyi date for change la because nka fa no ni president o man na left a momentum men nanta sotala more than 200-page document nga men safe president o to yala ni Gambia. So nte bejang pour ka doko ke tol to yala pour ka tan minister ñi mu banko la kolte ñi mu government la kolte ando hani butu to e buka den
ka kele for free
ando kata andel fon ka burun kata jiti jata molia ni ka tara jele nga jiti jala fon nga minister fon bonde nan dulalto nga samana wo be pour ka je ko ñi vision of this African vision anyanta talale because it has to be powered by the country. Je nte ben na wala just because ita man la fe nga dia mo men ke forest wala ko lafte la kumo fo lafte la how do they call it? You want to just tell me what you want. Ndata Dubai jana citizen soul nyanta kela citizen soul mako ele wai. Ndata Dubai for instead of your citizen soul mako delegation ikata invoice o safe on a different company. Nde ni corruption kemba falal. You understand? Because corruption is something me ngande fo aka molka afole and you pay for it. Ndata Dubai instead of people helping their citizens ikamol charge for the house nko yembe house for nanjola but man stay lungal men ante wo jono hotel has a booking policy ikon no by force you have to pay for all the 13 days nko enta man stay diamond ante wo jola but in fact ma jo hotel o fon ya ndata jo in a different business iko itole o pre-finance. I wonder when does the government of the Gambia pre-finance trips for people? How does that work through the ministry of? So I knew this is bogus. Mbe kamfata men kamane ndadan sita mbe larin fo dunta group otade in a big most important event of climate in the world ndolla minister of environment is there ka fo mole ko nimme mela accommodation jo rek wilta malo nga message men fo seno group oto ba ko hey ita minister to ni be accommodation ko la jan Dubai jan it ndolla country is doomed. We are in the most important gathering of the world. Lamin Dibanata Janai $25 million project or Iba Bondija. You should be concerned about things like that, not who paid their accommodation as the minister. Yenna message or delete. People are coming on the underground. Hey, you said the truth, but nobody will go and face the minister to say the truth. Yeah, so Bira she came back here.
The
now
ecosystem adaptation project.
Yes, which was brought. So there are different things of avenues that you should be doing as a state minister. You should not be addressing people who don't pay accommodation. I don't expect that from her. Ngatonya fa nata jaye nyako ya fala staff sol hani na multa da ya fa Kemo lafta minister la yep ko ngatonya fa mon song so wala na bira nata yen ngamen be safe na safirol men be ya be falling ya be tinya ngonte I was even shocked even the PS that we have there because it's sad out the Jawara's son. I look at him for I tell a letter men for nga receive you that doesn't even show that you are sad out the Jawara's son. 1 year wala nambota ja mando ko keja 1 year ni environment ko nga be tuje because ni wilta these are the things that I would have gone to bring to them but I kept calm Ninga fe ngombe me omen kala jana alfa ka fanya ni see. My father don't want me here. Go Kemo, go out of this country. They don't want me to even participate. No, when you take this job away from me, you take my life. Let me show the minister what I can do. Bawe ka barin na mansate. Sa inte fana mina jana ka tanda ko fana ben attention o kala instead of Gambia doko, but ngana attention o ketela doko fon ka tandi mo le ko tam competent. This is why, and I needed a voice because Gambia jam meta environment ko fala mo mam moy. But birin wild to say na bu Martin Bulu jam banko belam moy. Mayor Bensula. So Gambians are only interested in politics. Na so cool. They don't want to hear that. Right now, the men can't do. Half of the river Gambia is salt. Ko before kunta wur. Ndata musolia mo konye ko ayna bafarol banne ayna tintinkan farol bang abenna suol la kono sign. So take a firim manke nyabe wala la senator kela. Ngamira. Mol mene alon ko they are independent. Kela man also they badlanto. Sign because of climate change watata. Membe Martin to law bundala ubuke mira for. We are going to face a doomsday scenario here. So their politics are not interested in it. It's because I see a problem. Because soon everybody will have to one day pass away. But then we have created a situation for those children that are coming. Nobody wants to hear that. Permanent Secretary Mayor Senyana, a famala declaration or Dawda Jabrala declaration, that is the son of Sadawda, is a PS. Ndelaka declaration or tankata school or tankata adimo laje. I'm trying to protect your father's work. I'm speaking to the PS now. You are coming to send me that unprofessional letter. I have 2 letters in black and white. One telling me, yes, you can do this. The other one saying, no, you cannot do this. From a state institution, member more than 10 years now. So that gives me the right to stand and say, you know what, I'm running for office. Because I have it in black and white that you are not a serious institution and there are systemic problems there. Why? So these are the problems. It's not even just about that. There are many things that we could say here, but my caliber has passed the level of coming to just castigate the minister. But they know, deep in their hearts, if they are truthful to themselves. And these are things that we should be saying. One year, because my father says, Kemo, pack your bags and go. No matter where I pack my bags and go, I know that it's just me and my family. I will evacuate my mother. We go and live in Manhattan. Yes, we go and live somewhere there and then we live the fly life. Then what happens to the rest of the people? This is our home. This is our heritage. It's not a matter of about these politics or things. We love this country and we want to walk peacefully. If we have been doing it all those years, why didn't we enter into it? So when you tell this to Gambians, because I have an interest in something, I will side with that. And for me, I don't want that. If you want today, I will even denounce my candidates. I don't need it. If the UDP brings me a youth candidate, I will join them. Even if Adama Barrow decides to bring Sidin Jai, I'll go and join NPP. But not him. Let him bring Bakari Baji. Let him bring Dr. Sise himself or whoever. Let him bring a youth. UDP, the same thing. Bring us Yankuba Dabo of Banjul Brikama. We will vote for him. I will stand behind them. They are youth. You know why? I can hold them accountable. Because you cannot say this. The president, because they are so concerned and afraid. But if Yankuba Dabo or Talib Bensouda or Bakari Baji or Sidin Jai sits there, I will hold them accountable. So it's not about me. We have to be selfless and see the Gambia force. And this is what I don't see in our politicians. Citizens so nimbuka reason citizens, they have a different outlook. Instead of understanding the problem, they see it as a political game. And that must stop. To change the minds of the citizen, reason is for the betterment of the citizens to see it that way. If Kemo is willing to join all the parties without even him being in front, then everybody else must be willing to be selfish.
So were you able to engage the minister about this appointment of this military?
Since we came from Dubai, I did not even engage them. They are the first people to engage me. You have not engaged me after I sent you the first letter, but when we had this clash, I came back. Immediately, they sent me a letter to revoke. Even when the Great Green Wall started here in Gambia. What? To revoke my permission to work with them on the Great Green Wall. That they will do the whole thing themselves, which is fine with me. But even an invitation, I did not even get it to get there. So I know they are angry. Now, staff hold so me, those kinds of unprofessional things should not be, within the realms of the Gambia. So this is what we are telling her. I appoint Department of Forestry, men Karanta. Honey, other regional forestry official, like this one in Nyana Bera. By Dokola, he's fired. Because he spoke about the injustice in Nyana Bera. Now the guy is out of it because they say he's rude. He's fired. People lose their jobs for standing for this country. for no reason, and there are genuine people here across. Why? Including me, Kemo. Just because the minister is the president's niece. That's it. If they call barrel and fury. So let nephew will be a destruction of Fonkela because I mean cake long. So it am mental cutlass. So they will tell you only sweet things. This is what destroyed Jame here. The people around you tell you sweet things. You think, oh, the citizen also is there. At the end of the day, what happens? You are blowing up yourself more and more. Those people who are advising President Barrow need to advise him properly. In the Gambia here, after Jammeh have left, don't go in for the third term. The Gambians don't want it. But if President Barrow leaves the second term, he will be an elder statesman. Yes, because I would respect him. I would have even been his Nisi Kantala if he has left that seat. Because I will know that this is a serious man who respects the will of the Gambian people. Solo Sandeng died with the electoral reforms on his banner. Until today, there is no electoral reforms here. Tell me. So did that sadden you as a journalist?
Can I just say clarity on one thing? You talk about the trip to Dubai and the message that you sent in the group, you know, the message that the minister sent in the group about people paying for the accommodation. And you have mentioned, if I hear you right, your disagreement there was that they wanted you to pay for the number of days that you have not even stayed in the hotel.
Yes.
And not only the number of days, but not to pay directly to the hotel, but pay it to another organization or
yes,
whatever.
another business. And
another
they're requesting for cash. They were in my hotel room. And guess what? You remember when I talked about, at the commission, I talked about Bakari Singate? The same Bakari Singate who was there, my former boss, was the one in my hotel room with a paper for me to pay cash. I told them I don't have cash, bring me a POS terminal. They didn't bring me a POS terminal. The 10 days, I paid it by transferring the money to an account to someone here in Gambia. You know, so they did a dubious dealing. To make it clear, yebenke je walem, ni hotel mu maybe $50 te, al nga domande lakang, then nga nyul be charge ni mo be ajo, taf nga hotel ojo, nga na balance o muta. Your business all boron di mol kang is corruption. They should not have the time for that. So yake in the pretext of ilaftaka mol makoy. So ninga check for, let's say the hotel is subsidized. They would have made at least a profit of 1 or 2 million. Ibe mentalale fontem. So ninta sita retrospective, ninta mkebal. Nga mira for ita minister, why ibe nying accommodation ko normal nin kuteje ita nyanta tala busy in fen kola. So while I feel like it's something that is issues. Up to them. You know, they know what's going on. Why should you come and tell us that? You're not supposed to be involved in logistics. You are too high up there. You are the minister. So if you are involved in logistics, well, and even medias will tell you that you are involved in a corruption. Yeah, you should mind your business as the minister and deal with the important issues for the citizenry. But if you are not a scientist or you don't know how to do that, you will not be there. And since your uncle is there and power, you are left there to do what you like at the expense of the future of the Gambian people.
So are you planning to do anything after this appointment? Your appointment already saying.
We will continue to support whoever sits there, whether you know or you don't know. We will continue to support because very minister beje bunyarol. So ni mol nata ni scientist be mem fole na yo moyno be atara mem minister mako ekan. I don't care whether you know, but at least we will have to know that this man is listening, and by virtue of alpha, so we help them. That's our job. That's our job. That's what we should be doing. That's all technician on the world. Because the minister is a political appointee. So political appointee ni wakana sa akala political samba scientist in a very important place. Then you understand the recipe for disaster. And this is what we are not saying. This is my anger. This is why I say, look, I'm in fact prepared to join any party because this one single-handed lady has just decommissioned me. When I told that to one of the lawyers, you are Kemo, you cannot be decommissioned, but I can be decommissioned. Man, I'm just a molecule that can explode given any given day. If they want to get rid of Kemo, it doesn't take them 2 months. I don't have anything. I'm just me, myself. You know. So at the end of the day, we need to see the truth for what it is. You know, no matter how much this man loves the progress of the Gambia or Barrow or anything, I love the progress of the Gambia. So if NCP brings in something that's going to benefit the Gambia, Kemo will support. If NPP brings it, I will. If VDOIS brings it, I will. Anyone. So long as for the betterment of the people. You can fight your politics, but educate the citizenry along. Let's not take that education from the citizenry. So in Gambia political duta is just 2 people. Instead of the essence men diamojan, so mo sonko lebe spread through the citizenry. And this is where we lack the education. And this is my problem. That's why I always want the limelight, the highlight, to be something that will benefit the citizenry by giving them an edge of thinking, okay, yes, but this is the thing. But ninga fengol dundere come like, when you come on TV, nga kuma bal for, sometimes I see even my elders do it. I'm like, but no, let's educate our people. Let's try to let them see what is coming and how we can work together to avert this. Gambia is just our backyard. This guy and this guy have known each other. So this party politics should stop. We should even have just one party here in Gambia. All parties, you bring your youth candidate, the elders, President Barrow, Dabo, and Halifa, they sit at the Commission on Political Debates and test. Okay, I told youth so left the Gambia, but we have capability GB. I told Albanian Kelanyad. That way, Gambians can see, and they themselves can hold us to account. Now is enough. 65% near Gambia Bayheim, see the latter water will be funding between the ages of 15 and 35.
So, all second press conference kele, not second, first press conference the Republic la story fit about mining, minge. Now, Ale demands dolege. Tell us about this press conference, Ale minge last week.
Well, the press conference, data fintimena, when we saw that this mining activity in various places, not just, Sanyang, different places, it has really damaged the ecosystem. Musulman Beje, they could not really get, their livelihood.
Yeah, I listened to one of the women and it was very sad.
And then you also see Tujere as well, the same thing. There were places, where was it again? There was this mining place where young people were even killed.
Oh yeah, I think was it in Sanyang?
No, it was not in Sanya, yes. It was somewhere else.
Faraba, Faraba.
Young people were killed. If you could remember also, yes, there was a time Suleiman Bojanyoli, arrest Jam Gunjur Yusul were going to police. All that was a fight to protect the environment. Gambia Jang, if we in Tolinga for Atlanta National Assembly 2002, they approved $200 million Pruka Ba Murunde Koma. Banjul ja otumo jiboro kanal wave solie fadi hanibe moto kono wave sol fon kanal kaburo dol la dol bitakan. So we think and say, hey, if that was 2002 and we had to pay money to push this beach, I don't think that in our right mind we should be removing sand from our beach anymore, considering the fact that where the warning has come all the way to our crucial infrastructures. So this is what we are talking about when you are coming to coastal protection. Dauda, dunia dauda, ni mining bekalaje. You are always supposed to have the environmental impact assessment, and you have to also show after the mining how the place will look like. In some places in Germany, they will tell you we will make it an artificial lake to create water harvesting structures. Samamen bekanaja, it all goes to a waste. We don't harvest any of it. And we think that it's okay to dig borehole. Let me tell you this, Gambians. If we dig boreholes, our boreholes is actually water that is stored for over thousands of years. So a day will come when it's finishing because we are using it faster than it's replenishing. We should make use of the surface water and save the boreholes for the future. But when we take off the borehole water in more than we should, and then the rains are failing, that is a recipe for disaster. In a place that is divided into two by a river, one day will come when we are counting day zero of water. It has happened in many places. In some places, when the underground water aquifer is finished, the land goes down. So these are things that we can easily do to be able to avoid. They create water banks across these places, These are normal
and the story
things.
also talked about company milk lines in also,
yes.
And they mentioned Gaj Global.
Yes, we said that it's not just Gambia. Everywhere you go, corporations are bigger than the government. So the idea is to buy a seat at the policy-making table so I can override the sovereignty of the people. So if you want to get a mining license and EIA done, it doesn't matter, even if it's World Bank projects, these things, they happen. Like for example, one of the World Bank projects, I'm against it, and I'm not a scientist, which is the dam in Sambangalu here, the OMVG. I'm against the OMVG. But in terms of development, scientists will be and they have written that, hey, no, this is not going to be a problem. But me, because I also understand, there are other scientists who say, no, that's not true. You don't know that. And nobody knows nature.
Yeah.
River Gambia gets its source from Futa Jalan Highlands. So when you put a dam on the source of the River Gambia, with the reduction of rainfall, sign Kobe Kunta Wurle, Akamunda, even not now, but in 50 years, then sama talata, and dam benye river, Akamunta sign Ko, Nabe Kunta Wurle sign, because river is not flushing out, abe sellal now. So maybe in 50 years, the entire River Gambia will be salt, rendering entire flood marshes as hypersalination. Cold Duntaje, we cannot grow anything there. Although other trees will grow like mangroves and things, but we cannot eat and chew mangroves. You know, these are our fertile flood plains to produce our food. All the money that we are making goes into buying further food. So this is where we are looking at these problems from of the OMVG. We should avoid dam. The amount of energy that the sun radiates on the Gambia for 1 hour is enough to power the entire Gambia and our needs for 100 years or 10,000 years, 1 hour of energy. So we can walk within the solar radiation. We can even convince our partner that Africa, we have the sun, let's use the sun rather than blocking our rivers. They want our rivers blocked because that will create new situation. We need to pay attention to simple things like water. Musol fonka wafiro ke firo to nila vegetable, but they never calculate the cost of water, only seed and fertilizer. If they check the cost of water, then they will truly understand what we are talking about here.
Cost.
And this is what needs to go down to the population to understand that, well, these EIAs, no matter what money they are bringing, we need to check also what are the damages that it will bring, what that will cost us. For example, I talked about the $200 million of replenishing the beach. So what about what is to come in Gunjur, in Sanyang? How will that translate, you know, in the long run? So these are the problems. NEA, they do their job. But there's an incident where NEA is compromised in a sense that they don't even have power.
Yes, your Secretary General was blaming NEA.
Yes, they can blame NEA.
He said they contributed to environmental degradation.
Yes, I will tell you an incident here where I will not even blame NEA because of this simple fact. The Gambian Navy has what? Arrested fishing trawlers who are fishing in illegal areas. The Navy of the Gambia, our strong men, our soldiers there, they do their job. Don't think they don't do their job. They do their job with their little resources. They make sure nobody goes and fish in wrong places. And because now we are condoning this, wala na saying, nunto nibe yasa domala. Chalo eka kuntule sinya saba. Itene chalo jumalje ka kuntu sinya fula. Chalo is now smaller than
It's
my
very
palm.
small, yes.
Yes, so now that is because they are fishing in areas where they're not supposed to be fishing. And the type of fishing equipment and gears they have, they take all the small pelagic resources and they buy catches also too much. And at the end of the day, what happens? Our fish stock declines. People complain, they don't even understand. But generally, fish stock might decline with general climate problems. But there are specific problems. Navy a trawler sol muta, it had a court. At least by decorum, and state you inform a court case you withdrawal. At least aliala institution NEA inform. But NEA staff I see waiting for the court order of the perpetrators, only to be told that, hey, say, this case has been withdrawn by the state. They are not angry about it, but me, when I see that story, I want to stand for NEA because it's like, come on, man. What are you doing to the institution that has been empowered by the National Environment Management Act? There should be a National Environment Management Council. The head of that council is President Barrow himself. That's how important environment is. So at the end of the day, the NEA needs to be given the due freedom to do what they have to do. Otherwise, they will just be there as Mabels, but they will not be able to do. Because the state be withdrawn. They will not go and complain. That will be left to Kemo to echo and echo, but nothing will come out of it. Because the NEA director cannot. Even if he wants to do it, he will not. So at the end of the day...
But your people are also not happy with the way they are renewing land scenes.
Well, of course, they will not be happy. That's why I say they buy a seat at the policy-making table to override the sovereignty. They don't just buy it because they want to buy it like that. There are channels how they buy those things. It doesn't go. An example would be the Ministry of Fisheries and the leak audio with Dr. Bamba Banjaka. This one I will share with my minister. It's an example. It's an example of how these things happen at all spheres.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so we have to understand this to be able to know, as I'm speaking this truth to is because there's a media, but I would have avoided this conversation because Nyaka as a minister for many times. Because I saw what she did. You understand? So I ignored it and let it be. So professionally we can work. But these things, they pain us, and they will continue to pain us.
So tell us some of your demands.
Laftamina, there should be a moratorium on all mining sites. Science needs mining back la Gambia. Na banko use the pruka na bungalo. Banko ka fin de banta sign way stop.
I love the way
stop. Yeah, way stop. Banjul sign. Ika mining men ke deep sea stop. Banko nyanta bala banjul ay land na bada.
Doing the dredging ika mingi around.
Yes, and banjul. It needs to stop because you know it's banjul. Banko men ka ba banjul nga sama banjul around na island no protect. Because a 1 meter sea level rise in Banjul, half of Banjul will nobody will be able to stay there anymore. It will be completely inundated. People will have to vacate the little island that is there.
It's very risky.
So that means that let's protect our island with the remaining sand dunes. You know, so these are the things. You know, I'm hoping that he will not come again. I call for them political thing done.
You're going to close. I think Gajwal Lebesanya, and also the other one. There is another company in the Thank you, Banka Olbedame. I forgot the name of the company. So you want them to stop
to cease all mining activities until there's an independent audit, environmental audit, and also there should be a citizens-backed council to see what is going on at all of these places. After that, then we can see what would be the next steps from expert views. Then we can even check the authenticity of how these EIAs are done and how the license granting is done. That's what we need, a legislative inquiry into this. You know, the National Assembly must take action and look into these issues. And this is something that they should already be working on. We shouldn't go back to say, this is the demand to do. Like if they hear the message, see what's being done, the concern should make them act. We don't have to be there, oh, we are fighting. No, I assume that they hear the message and they themselves are concerned. They need to go and do something about it. We don't have to even further. They know that this is what is required at this moment for protecting their own children's future. That's it. It's as simple as that. If you read that report, it's not like it's one-sided. It's just talking about something. This is the tip of an iceberg. There is deeper issues plaguing all of those environmental catastrophes. So this is really very concerning for me, you know, definitely. You know, I may sit here and tell you, but it's only when disasters come that we start seeing this. You know, I saw disasters here while I travel across the, you know, Gambia. There is a full compound. Sate Mumeo, the Mobile Lodge School Auto. Those disasters are coming. They are not even caused by us. This is why we say as a nation, we have to adapt to the impacts of this climate change. That is the whole thing. Building resilient infrastructures, planting resilient crop varieties. You know, you can even go to the National Seed Secretariat, they give you. So adaptation is our way because already we are in a crisis that we, the Gambians, not many people know that this crisis is happening. We call it a climate emergency. Alhawala ñu falin membe kering atoro manta stop la now because ntol manta atoro ñin koska mo lebe bantamen ba atoro ñin koska ne aje kemo be kala activist ndanga protest men ke Gambia bantam mo ke Gambia fon konot. Yes, and nunca obey protest no le men ya wala o big business solti men kana a government soul influence hani Gambia jandam mante because he be la kodol le noma to be able to get this at the things of the people.
I'll get back to you. Nene, what's your reaction to there are issues with the minister and also, that is the appointment of the soldier and also the Republic's story on the sand mining?
Interesting conversation here, but at the end of the day, let's look at the bigger picture. You understand? Because linga wara gis nga linga soxla dafa am linga wara def pour am ko. All of the way liggéey dang ko jox ko man bu ko jox ki sa way bu ko jox ko buga because that is very, very important. And it's not only the Minister of Environment. We've seen across the board several ministries yoo xam ne they're headed by people who have absolutely zero knowledge of what happens. So ñoom they're the heads, but they're not able to drive or to pave a direction of how things are going to happen that will be impactful to the people. Because ministry, if those are heads, it's a point of center boo xam ne foofu ngay jaarale because of the head over there cannot get access to all those things. But suñu Minister of Environment, it's very specific. It has to do with the environment. And suñu environment bi tamit nekku ne yooni la ak yooyu noonu ubbu yi.
It's more than that, yeah.
Exactly, it's more than that. You know, it doesn't have to just to do the flora, the fauna, the, the sea, the water, all these things encompasses. And you need to be honest, suñ xoolee 10 years ago, 15 years ago, ak right now, and then ko bañ rek ñu ignore. Why gis nañ the change, the difference in everything else, in our lives and livelihood.
Yes.
And we have seen the most apparent thing is tawbi. Tawbi then, understand nga, by now, so lu nekk May.
Yes.
May. By now, tawbi waroon na start.
Yeah.
You understand? Why Bente Day is not even signed, tawbi dina start in the next week or something like
Suñ
that.
forest yëpp dem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, we are very, very reactive. We're not proactive as a people. We're very, very reactive. Then by a situation arises, you saw a joke, then you saw a solution to it. And most of the time, when they have a solution, is just a remedy, short-term remedy, just to move ahead. And sunchi joge, dunchi dematin. Let me just go back. I remember this same minister, the flood in Jabang, some time back ago. I saw this lady, muscle boots, took us in them, and blah blah, and that was 2 years ago. But what lamo hell, being done alone, few kill, halfway, and then must stop. It did not continue in Java. And that demolition did not continue. They have not even remedied to what a way, you know what happened to that? We haven't had anything else, and since then, nothing has happened. So this is why I say we are very, very reactive. We're not proactive. Now, guess nga, soon all these reserve areas, you know, the monkeys, the birds. Right now, I don't even know if we have, you know, bird watchers where they go to watch for these birds, because down
because we used to have one after Palma Hotel, Sigana Fufuno. There was a place why just now there was a time Nyunko Bugona fence. When we did a story about it, guys stop angumko because there was a protest for our environment.
Yes, I was there.
After my story, they protest new buy angumko. I understand the guy they I don't know, because that is the only site for him is a bird watching site.
No, there is a lot of bird watching sites. You have Tanje Bird Reserve.
Okay.
You have the
but that
Monkey
place
Park.
is a very
No, the
big
problem
area.
is that every coastal, let me say this clearly to the Gambian people, any investor, in fact, this appeal goes directly to the president himself. Investor Nata Jang, Anyabe Tarla Monkey Park Lekang, and in Tanje Bird Reserve. They are nicely located, and they are right next to the sea and in the town. So when they come, that's the first place. But this forest is these are the last coastal forests we have. It gives us, the Gambians, an idea of how this place used to look like before. So if an investor comes, he only sees that this is forest and should not be there. Okay. No, it is important that these things stay there, because that forest at the Monkey Park, there is a monkey called there, the red colobus monkey. And in Sula monkey, but I can find a Sula compound with a black on it. So that monkey is almost endangered globally. There are few of those monkeys in the world now, according to the IUCN, that is the International Union for the Conservation. We have it right at the Monkey Park. Instead of focusing, many people, universities come to Monkey Park for primate studies. You know, we have Dr. Roy Armstrong, all these guys, they came from University of Cumbria, you know, Mick Mayhew, all these guys, they came to study primates here. So it's of serious educational importance for us to know what is the composition of our biodiversity. So when they come, they must just tell them, no, this is a no-go area. Okay. Because sooner or later,
because of time,
they will also take over those places.
This is the problem. You cannot take a Nene Frida who studies money, finance, economics, and put Nene as the Minister of Environment, because I have no idea about how these things work. The danger.
Even if you don't have an idea, Nene, if you listen to your scientists, it's fine. You are okay to go. But imagine you come now, you are not listening to your scientists, and you are imposing on your scientists.
The capacity should be there. The capacity should be there.
Definitely, I agree.
Rationalize what the scientists are going to tell you. Yes. You see the importance or whatever to even accept and apply, because you have the box stop at your table.
Yes.
It doesn't take everybody else to do everything.
Yep.
You understand? So this is also a problem. If you don't understand that, you will only see an investor who comes and flaunt money in your presence. You see the beauty structures that person is talking about. You feel like, forest. Why would I leave a forest with animals when Buba wants to build a nice structure with glasses and lights?
And light, yes.
That's why
Exactly
it takes
my
a special
point.
person
Yeah.
to understand the difference.
Yes.
So moo tax ma ne liggéey bi danga ko jox ki nga xam ne moo ko man
Yeah.
understand moo ko xam dan ku ko bugga. And I think that this cannot be just looked at as Kemo is protesting or Kemo is loudmouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's time to sit at a table and invite the people that knows what needs to be done. And also, it's a matter of looking at 15 years, 20 years, 30 years to come. Because if you go the whole combo, pah mo fa neka. And pah you know, so then you get gas, this black sand, this white sand, and then you go around Banjul or the Canifit industry, and then you see a factory there that is employing 5,000 of the young people and making these glasses in here in the country, and we export it and make this source of foreign currency. Maybe and maybe not. This dollar will not be at what, 73, 74. That at least we can see that, you know, taken care of. At least that money will be taken and go back there and do the needful to ensure it's not hazardous and it doesn't cause harm that people will even die there. And it affects the sea, it affects the environment, the trees are cut. So it's a ripple effect. One digging at Sanyang or Tujereng or whatever can cause a big issue in Banjul.
Yes. Yes.
And that needs to be understood. And it only takes people who have the knowledge, the understanding, and also the love and passion, you understand, to be able to drive those policies to make sure that these things are safe. So it's not a matter of just somebody is protesting just because they don't agree with me or because I have done a dubious deal that they are aware and they protested against it. So now what I will do is to kick them away just to silence them. Once we do that, you know, you think you're going to silence me, you're going to silence everybody else. But that dahama man si liggéey bi man la affect maybe suma family, but the disaster be more cause, you understand, it's going to affect even yourself and everybody else. And that's how we need to look at this thing. You know, the policies has to be there that it serves the interest of the country first and our citizenry, not now, but in the next 10, 15, 20 years. This environment that has everywhere else is important, and they're spending millions and millions of dollars.
Billions
of dollars. Because it's the it thing now. It is. But ñun fini nañ aji mango ñu lekka ñu dok nday mango bi guy bi mu daanu ñu move on to parce que keneen am na.
I want to add an important point comme loo wax ni léegi
nii.
Just 1 minute, like what Nene is saying is coming in real life. You see, when we were in colonization time, they said that we should grow what? Granules. So we cut down forests to grow granules. Today, forest is paying more than your 10-year harvest of granite.
Yeah.
So like that is remarkable. And today even if we have antelopes that are returning, we get paid for that because the whole world wants to now reforest. So there is carbon credits, there is biodiversity credits.
Okay.
So Gambia in itself could have made a lot of money by just keeping our forests right now. If all the Gambia was forest right now, farmers will just get salaries.
Okay.
They just need to keep the forest there.
Okay.
More money than the granite that they are growing. And it's happening already.
And they will not be farming
anymore. Yes, just
and not be paid.
Paid. Yes, you just look at the forest and then they pay you for the forest. We are in that world now.
I yield.
Talibo go ahead. Talibo muna vela reaction.
Nari asono mbendi dron wala mu nde benna kanto jam abe siri ngi sira o men kan ngaje politicien o lamu ala compile no bente na ja be besta men ka wala politique o lamu ibe nyono mo lage te le alo je ani mbel be nyola mo kilinti jam ati damale bi ja tere ba ta sa daga one side of the story wol faran commande ye nati jam bari nde menje ani be nyola le ye ata le mo e meta moy anu te ba soute la kanya yise politicien abe politique o ke kanya period
Abanda, okay. MC?
jërëjëf Bouba.
Kemo for president.
That's what I want to hear from you.
Ani bare wa fole de nyuma ba ba.
Politician so kana bala wala.
Ani de bare me.
Kana bala wala.
Ede ko protest dula amon political tandije to.
Hey.
Protest dula.
Kono di liw bu casino.
Ani ni mboto le. Amon political tandije.
Kono di liw abu casino. Buba ni te bi tam journalist wala ni dara political rally dula. Ni e mo ko mande fo ye bulo ba fa journalist o kera politician.
No bare me. Ay minister la nyim fenkol mil be fajan so ko you resa fo ni wol na raja.
Fo na raja.
Okay, bismillah. MC go ahead.
Foog naa ne taaliba moom bii ma lii mooy position am. Jaa nga isi kenn mu ñëw leer. Waaw so ni nga gërëm Kemo bu baax. Ndaw la bu nga xam ne wax dëgg yàlla lu mu fi wax tey yëpp. Xam nga Minister of Environment liggéeyam dafa am solo. then they talk sax ñu criticize councils environment baa ngi tilim nangam am ministre of environment la mooy liggéey lu bokk na si waaw dëkk bi setul dëkk bi mu ngi tilim den blame council si bo responsibility of environment la pour dëkk bi set bari Gambie bari xamul loolu te they complain moo ne dëkk bi mu ngi tilim Gambie tilim na but ministre of environment mu ngi toog si cabinet at cabinet di def décision ak bi di président ministre yaa ngi toog moom moo di organiser sa la ñuy setal dëkk bi because loolu onda xam la onda si ministry am la not only forest bi nii rek bon moo tax civil education is important ñu enlight problème ñu xam ku nekk sa rôle so ministre bi I think député gouverneur la woon xam nga gouverneur la woon
Governor
LRA
waaw so mu nekk jarbaati président xam nga yooyu doole mu fa ñu mu liggéeyal sax dañu buddi ragal dañu nekkoon kii mu ngi jege jarbaati président la so wala yow nga nangul ko nangu doo pare pour résister ak moom da nga am pour accès wala moom mu la koo wax baax na soo amul the ideas of the ministry wala mun nga am ay technicians ay experts yoo xam ne dañ faa nekk nga déglu leen because tey loo study si school bi ak looy fekk si liggéeykaay daf day utee waaye da nga am pour déglu sa experts yi ak sa techniciens yi xam ne ñu nekk sa ministry bi nga déglu leen nga jàng fa loolu bon loolu fi gis mooy kii moom a dimbali si politics moom a lii ak lii nga si ko bon environnement dafa nekk lu nga xam ne ministre bi comme lu Kemo wax fii da nga war a déglu ku nekk bu ko suñu Gambie suñu forest bi léegi dafa dee ba léegi taw amut time bi da nga dégg sax ni nga dégg beneen ndox buy wis si sax because almost yaa ngi dugg a juur fu mu nekk nii so su ñëwee si area boobu daf il faut mu door di xool naka la mu amee ministre yam bi wane mbiri mind sax gis nga lu coow bi bëri na every time loolu ngeen ko coow boobu moo tax ma ne problème bu Gambie am we have a system problem fekk génn fekk système bi réewum système bi lii mooy continuer forever
mbaa beneen système su ñëwee du noonu
il faut que système bi mooy lan because yaa ngi gis kan la appoint soldat la appoint position boobu soldat fan la nekkoon foofu système la nekkoon saaf na fa xam ne yees waaye noonu am na ko xam ne tey mu ngi nekk ku es mu ngi am ideas mu ngi am xelal waaye nag du ko système ñu am lu es loolu lañ soxla moo tax problème mu ñu am moo tax ma ne ñun we have only benn individual leen am ku génn si réew mi.
And I remember that issue came at the parliament of why the guy was hired, the soldier guy. I was just taken aback when you did not argue on the competence of the guy, you did not argue on the capacity of the guy, the history of the guy, and what the guy had done in regards to that area. But you said the guy is going to instill discipline.
Yes, on the scientists that are there. When you invite us next time, you need to bring the minister or somebody that we can relate with properly.
Yes.
You should not be doing I'm sitting here, SC is spitting, you just go and bring a political show for us. This should be a serious discussion. The nation is listening.
He's actually a panelist. Maybe you don't understand. He's a panelist. But next time I will bring you.
So man, I was interested for gis mom tamit naka la mo defend their decision bobu nonu, right? But I was taken aback when the only thing you can say the reason why you hired and want to maintain the guy is the guy was going to instill back discipline. I was like, are you telling me there was lack of discipline to that level? A soldier for instill discipline. I was like, woman, I think you have failed. You need to do better.
System problème system bi fekk system bi reyn ko li dafa continuer am.
Yes, it's a systemic problem.
Individual system bi la war a xool naka lañ ko war a so naka lañ ko war a ceeñee mooy il faut ma ne Gambie kenn moo fi génn mooy Jammeh wala lu soo xoolee di bi Jawara Jammeh Barrow benn système moo nekk di continuer.
Yes.
And loolu tey soo xoolee even di appointment sax noonu la nu taami Jawara taami Jammeh noonu la nekk di continuer ba ci Barrow mu ngi continuer loolu so système bi fekk ceeñul ñu am lu bees duñ soxla bala nga jël soldat nga ne waa kii dafa maintain discipline dafa si discipline si ba mel si so why no yaa ngi am ko xam ne young person la graduate from the university or graduate am na expert am na ideas yi ku ees la mu am kanam mu ees nga isi ko système change leen wax dañ ne ñu Gambia bees leen wax so lu bees moo war a am so loolu su ko defu tey adama des problème bu lañ nekk di face nii mooy lu munti mun a wax complet système bi fu mu jaar mu dem fu mu jaar ñu am lu es à part loolu amul luy am mooy xoolal right now rek for exemple léegi kan mooy ambassadeur South Africa Saudi Mame Boye Ndiaye yaa ngi rute dixième kanam mooy koy dem ana système bu es ministre of finance jógee fa mu dem ECOWAS jógee fa yaa ngi ko rute daal mu ngi demaat Saudi so yaa ngi yaa ngi raawum benn kanam moo nekk di rotate ana système change ana lu es bu soxla parce que xoolal ministre boo xam ne Kemo mu ngi ko wax ministre of environment ministre bu ndaw de right now àdduna bi yëpp léegi ni ngi focus more on environment climate change fii fa la nekk xam ñaata conférence summit xam ne ñu ngi ko organise si that ministry about this climate change and environment and da nga war a isi ko xam ne ku xarañ ci liggéey boobu ku xam foofu area boobu yenn exemple am na ko fa nekkoon fan la rankoon Gambia bu mu fa génnee léegi kooku right now fa la Gambia nekk si rang bi about environment.
And there are amazing scientists in the Ministry of Environment, you know.
Wow. So
you have people like Dr. Malandin Jaite, Bubu Pate Jallow. You get support minister before. But guy ham nañ bu Gambia fi ku am moom lañ ju teg si place.
Waaw ñu fa nekk ñu yëpp léegi dañu ragal because dañu ne jabari président la. Kii am na lu ma def sax mun na ma ñàkk suma liggéey so dama am ku nekk fa yes ma mu faa nekk ba.
waaye ñooñu tam nañu war a gëm yàlla de.
loolu mooy
war a gëm yàlla ak yàlla buur ñàkk yàlla buur.
yow loo gëm nga amee la gëmul ko de. am na seen dépense seen dépense. amee la gëmul loolu
ko man la fi ñi nañu ko amal la fi tela.
amee la gëmul loolu
ko man la fi MC la MC nana manqué marché to.
so ma wax mooy
who is going to be there.
so problème bu ñu am mooy. man fi dem naa ñu mooy.
ok thank you MC Daniel time bi jeex na.
waaw lu ma wax rek time bi jeex na. il faut que ñu xoolaat suñ government bi ni mu doxee. dafa baax ñuy déggoo ñuy diisoo ñu am dialogue kenn ku nekk am na concern mu ngi wax loo war def mooy reach out ko. lan mooy concern bul xool ne Kemo dafa nekk di critère système bi whatever lu baax la bugga daf ko bugg a jubal. xëy na Kemo am na ay yoo xam ne man ministre bi aw ma ko. so le best li ma def mooy ma jël si Kemo c'est naka laa mën a waxtaanee ba gis ne loolu mun nañ ko am ci loolu ma am solo.
Okay, thank you so much. Kemo, so time bantele frame, but are you going to contest the 2026 presidential election?
Kemo Fati is only running against President Barrow and lawyer Usainu Dabo. If they bring a youth candidate, I will not run. Okay. Those two people are the incumbent leaders of this country. I want them to come together, fix their indifferences, and bring us the Gambia that we want.
But if they contest, you're going to contest? I
will run. And 10,000 signatures is not hard to get, so I can get a ballot box. It's not to win. It is actually to make sure that I write in history that these are the problems why I have to make sure that this mark of the youth is recognized. Because the youth within their parties will not rise against them. We the youths are very disciplined. So never will they come and say, we want to contest. They will always go by what they say over there. And they know that it is time for them to start manning up and leading us. So if they are not going to get that done, I, Kemo, will do so. Okay. So let them bring me a youth candidate and I start supporting them. Or 2026, I'll put my ballot box there just to write my own side of the history. With my own narrative, they can write their own as well.
Thank you so much.
Reality.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank
you so much. So
let's see Dinjai run for NPP. Okay. Let Mayor Bensouda or Yankuba Dabo run for UDP. Or me, my candidate would have been Kemo Bojang for the UDP. Then I will join in. I know that there's a youth now from the UDP who's strong. We support him. We put him there. Let you guys start checking us. So if those people don't have their thing, they are afraid of their parties and all this mayor, no problem. We Kemo and the youth, we will bring in a candidate.
Kemo, I support your idea, but I have a problem. You have named times and times the youth, but you have not named any woman youth among this thing. I have a problem with that.
For women, I would nominate, let's say, I'm in at a Korea to run for presidency under the PDOIS.
What about Nene?
You understand? I will nominate Nene to run under the UDP, for
the
example.
UDP,
You understand?
But
Me, I
how
am
would the
looking.
UDP take me when I'm not a member of the UDP?
Kemo Fati's job is to put forward a youth candidate in
No, I'm saying,
2026.
Kemo.
If
Kemo.
all the youth are afraid to
Kemo.
stand, I will stand.
Kemo.
Simple as that.
Kemo.
I already point out youths that are
Let's
very
put
clear.
it on record.
Yes.
Aminata is a member of the PDOIS.
Yes.
And definitely she can stand under the ticket of the PDOIS. But I am not a member of the UDP, so...
I don't
That
know
was
which,
just
I don't
example.
even do. I'm
Kemo.
just giving an
Okay,
example.
Okay, you're giving an
My
example.
job is to bring forward a
Kemo.
youth
No, but
candidate.
listen.
Kemo.
Correct me,
Kemo.
I'm an independent person. I don't want to even think that I am eyeing for a presidential position.
Well, everybody who I've mentioned, I don't even know them, neither have I spoken to them.
Yeah,
No, no, but
In fact, you have seen...
Aminata is with PDOIS.
Yeah,
You
but
know that.
I'm just saying
Kemo.
that.
No,
I'm
it's just
hearing-
the example.
Kemo create a
Kemo.
crisis.
Kemo.
Example
What is
like
the
that
change?
is
Run for president, but independent. Change
Okay,
course.
yes. Then a Frida for independent president, we will
Thank you.
support her.
Thank
Yes.
you. Nay leer rek.
Yes.
Nay
Leer
leer.
na moom,
bi
leer.
jeex na.
Waaw.
Yes.
waaw time bi jeex na.
Yes.
Kumba na politiko
waaw
la
xam ma jaaxal.
ko kumba na politiko la say.
Man dama Kemo mu ne all youth la soxla. So moom lan mooy man dama gëm ne it's not about youth or mag whatever. Man loolu laa gëm.
That's true.
Man dama gëm ne mag mun naa mun xale mun na. So when you only want to youth leader. Am na mag yoo xam ne suma waay mun nañ deliver. Correctly.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
So-
that's your
Wow, so
opinion,
Lumumba-
and that's what he
I
believes
agree.
in.
You
Dina
know
mu
me,
problème, waaye ñëpp
I
yaakaar ci
know
mag
very
léegi
well.
mag ñi la rek.
I know
Wow.
very well in my heart
Wow.
that lawyer Usinu Dabo is an excellent candidate.
Yeah.
I know very well. Even Esa Fall is more than competent to
Yeah,
handle
so,
this. I know very well. All these Mama Kande is more than competent. I'm just saying
President
that
Barrow is also
President Barrow is absolute. President Barrow roads and bridges. He said that's what we should call them. President Barrow roads and bridges. Yaya
Priority
Jammeh
one,
said. Yaya Jammeh said.
Okay.
Yaya Jammeh said we should go back
Hello,
to the land. You
yeah,
understand?
I'm going to
So and then we
Jawara.
have Sadauda Jawara who says, let's protect what? All these leaders who come, they all have their advantages and they have their
But you want
disadvantages.
young people.
But if the country, the people living here, 65% are all young, there should be a young
We should be
leader.
represented.
Simple
yeah.
as that.
Tendu kal
Should
je
be
bake nga
represented.
nyine
That's
sotale bi Kemo, thank you so much pour kana nyim program oto nga care finder tendu ke je bake ka nyim program o fasa ka sembentu yandi alta kenol sanje kordal sudula belto Gambia banko kanjang na lafta kene kensango ka lo e ka o kalenne kordal lorim bandingol fanambe bulle mi alon ko ika wafi Gambia banko kanjang woto lafta kino la dawda alila nombata mi alon ko be bare kan screen o duma science and tenting Charles Elvis ngom na la timole muta cameral to anim masingol to mami ngom fat sila sire drame anin kasa ngebe tendu ke je bake arjuma na la lembe murana la ning ala kititala bye bye.
Welcome to Kir Madam Sanya, Borom, Sweden. This is another Kid Finder masterpiece. Let me take you through it. The first thing that really blew my mind about this house is the crafted seating area just around the car garage. Amazing. And the door is soundproof and transparent. Man, I can't wait to see the rest of it. And now we inside. Look at the living room and how spacious it is. Kid Finder, y'all always outdoing yourself. And we now at the kitchen area, and you can see me doing my flexibilities and the drawers are so spacious, and then they have a gas cooker. What else to see? Let's go. Now we in the guest room. Look at how big this guest room is. Super big and nicely decorated. And they have a guest bathroom as well. Man, I can't wait to see the master bedroom. Okay, here we go. We in the master bedroom. Look at how big and spacious this is. And look at how big and spacious the master bathroom is as well. Care Finder, man, you guys are always doing it right. And now let me take you outside a little bit. Let me check my swagger up in this. You can tell I'm killing it on the runway. So now let me take you at the back. They have a swimming pool. My God, look at how spacious this swimming pool is. I can't wait to really jump inside, to be honest. And they have a Bantaba sitting area as well. so you can just chill and have a good time with family and friends. And then they have swings for children or couples. This is the right spot. Trust me. And this house is just next to Kir Madam Seka. Up your sleeves for our next gated community. What is this gated community gonna look like? Because Kid Finder, they always coming up with this special, amazing stuff that we don't even think about. So I really cannot wait for it. So in case you're interested, you can just call 4172215 for more information. And disclaimer, this property is not for sale. Has an owner and not open for viewing. Care Finder is here for you.